I greatly apologize for that. Had to had to get Scotty properly prepared. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. Hope everybody is doing well this evening. Tay Hill, what's the motherfucking deal? Appreciate the love. What's going down? 10-minute rule for what? How dare you? How dare you 10-minute rule? I told y'all that I had to escort Scotty. I had to escort Scotty, man. He comes at the last minute. Doing it, being here all this time, seeing me available, and he just wants to wait and come alert at the last minute that he wants to go to the restroom. You know, I thought he was in here being nosy trying to get something to eat, but then he gave me the restroom signal. Set it off, man. Hold up. Appreciate the love. So I just finally figured out too how to get this fucking, cause how my chats were all mixed up and shit. And so finally got this shit right. So let's get into it, man. I know I put y'all on delay long enough, and I apologize for that. Let us get this party started. Tonight is Denfolk debate night, which means, hey, if you got something that you want to discuss with someone else, if you have something that you want to debate, discuss, you got some beef with somebody that you would like to get handled, and oh man. Okay, I will have to read that. So, like I say, there's a lot going on. A couple of things here. Like I say, a few things I want to get out of the way, and then let's go. Moderators, no unnecessary timing, unless it's spam. Okay. Everything else is a go. If you don't like it, just block that particular individual so you don't see their shit or whatever else it may be. But we must solidify the free speech. Uncomfortable conversations are, I won't say a catalyst of progress, but they benefit progress in a few different ways, and so they're necessary. Having those uncomfortable conversations have made me who I am today, so it's very important that free speech be maintained. Two, was something I wanted to talk about. I forgot it was a crazy story, and it has slipped my mind. Fooling with Scotty, and I was thinking about it as I was going outside. Now I can't remember it. Let's see what's on it, man. Let's get back to that, and then let's go from there. I see. Well, let me get all my early birds that I have on the list, and then we'll get everybody else. So that way, I can. What the fuck is that? I see. So that way, y'all say I don't be having my records intact. I see Bell, D the Gamma, Infinity Pimp, Rashida. Actually, hold on, who is that? My handwriting is terrible. What that? I don't even know what that says. Culture, DeMarkey. Let me see. So Lisa's the building. Only one lie. Ronald Isley, Shonda, Dakota in the building. Broderick in the building. Beyond a funny nigga, Empress Yaya. Trey James in the building. Kayshawn the Banksy. Misty. Dre in the building. Jason S. Footballer 503. Charlie Houston. That looks like a new name. K Grace. Shannon Jones. Just Sarah in the building that I have on my list under early birds. Did I put? I think Miss Chandra was. Yeah, Miss Chandra was heard. Okay, I got it. There's definitely a name on the list that I don't know what the fuck I wrote. Right. So there's that. What the fuck is that? That's bothersome now. Cause I'm gonna be mad because I can't think of who it is. Let me see. If I ain't shout your name out, McVice, what's the motherfucking deal? And here's the deal with the early birds. Here's how I'll do the early bird thing too. So we'll put McVice on the list. If you're here on the dot, okay, so like say the stream starts at 10 and you're here at 10, there are timestamps, so I know you will get credit for the early bird. Anything after that, you're tardy. You got to go get a fucking hall. You got to go get a demerit from the office. I see Rising Phoenix in the building. Let's see. Danny MTZ, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Let me see. Do 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 do. Those were the days, but back in the Kush den. Whoo, terrible stuff. Marie Lovely, what's the motherfucking deal? Barbara Ebron, how are you doing this evening? Hercules. Is that Hercules, California? Hercules? I don't know. People like to get fancy. Someone from Hercules. Prepaid in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Heidi's in the building. I don't know what that's all about. Let me see. Look, it's 2020 coming up. We're gonna have to hold some new elections. Let's see. Let me see if I'm missing anybody. Professor Trio, what's the motherfucking deal? I'm trying to make sure I show Tay Hill in the motherfucking building, of course. Breen Bodie Calhoun. I think we'll start saying that. It's easier to say the BBC, but it's just awkward, a little weird to say that. Let me see. D Love in the building. And look, man, if I missed you, I ain't AB in the building. What's the motherfucking deal, AB? And like I say, if I missed you, I ain't dish you, man. I happen to overlook it. Unbeaten in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. All right, let's get it. So, tonight is Denfolk debate night. I don't know if anybody in particular has an issue with someone else that they want to hash out, that they need to discuss, or somebody said something recently that maybe you would like to get more of an in-depth inquiry upon, and so you would like to talk to that person, one-on-one. One-on-one, I wanna play that game tonight. Anyway, y'all don't know nothing about that. Whoever knows what that is, I'll shoot you 50. Whoever you tell me sings that song, I'll shoot you 50,000 pistachios. Crass and Heartless. Man, I don't know what it is. I apologize, man. Because Crash, like I said, I like Crash a lot, man. He's very. I got to steal some of his style. I got to start getting more active on the Twitters, man. It's just like me when I'm on Twitter, it's like, I don't know, internet arguing. Like, here's my thing. It's just easy for me to talk. Like I say, to me, phones are very uncomfortable. Like I said, I have larger hands. And that's all, like, I feel weird doing all this, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a thing. And so I like, maybe sometimes it's Twitter arguments I want to have. Just I'm not even gonna do it. I can't do it. Oh, female pimp is in here. Oh, you got banned? Was it for the 40% comment? That's terrible. Mike Rock, what's the motherfucking deal? And yes, McVice, 50,000 pistachios for you. Let me see. Antonio Brown. Actually, hold on. Well, wait. Did only one lie get that first? Actually, I think she did. Fuck it. I can dish out both. So my thing is this, man. So let's have I'm not gonna say friendly, because friendly is not the word. We're all friends in the den, usually. But I don't know if friendly is the best word to use when we talk about having conversations with one another. But man, I look forward each and every night. I enjoy getting to see you guys. Y'all, Shannon just said something that oh my God. I look forward to seeing you. And this is why, because it's always a good time. I hope y'all enjoy it. I know I definitely enjoy it. But I just look up and I see Shannon say, or my sister better just eat that meat and shut up. And the first thing I think of is some backwoods fucking hillbilly, and I'm not going to go any further than that. And let's go. Did Michael McDonald sing? I only heard the the Hall of Notes. So maybe maybe that's the case. But yeah, I mean, you look up and you see that, and it's just certain things. It's just I'm just wondering where people. I mean, when come on, when you just see something random, right? When you just see something so random out of nowhere, and you just kind of like, what the? Why is this being said? But anywho, to ignore the phone, or just don't even. You say true. What are we doing? So see, it's active. I'm trying to play catch up right now. Let me see. I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, it's right here. So, like I said, we're going to talk about some things tonight. We're going to have some discussions. Okay, cool, definitely. So we have our first. We have our first. I don't even call it necessarily a den debate, but this is actually a very interesting debate in a way, because it's not necessarily a debate, but this is like two Denfolk who are going to debate the den, if you will. So it's like, instead of them going one-on-one and expressing a discussion, it's two people who have a personal issue with something that's been happening in the den. And they want to address this. So this will be very interesting. Give me just a moment. Let me clean up my facilities, my faculties. So yes, there's been something that's been happening in the den for quite a while now. And to get this taken care of, we're going to start with these two people initially. All right. So let's stop wasting time. Let's open up the line and first let me do this, and I'm gonna cut it off so y'all can't see, or like let y'all hear what's going on here for a second. But again, and I didn't start off, and I forgot to say, it is an honor, it is a privilege, it is a pleasure, because it absolutely is. Every evening, every time we get to chop it up, it is. Actually, I look forward to it, except for when y'all start getting mad about the Bulldog stuff. Stop associating yourself with negativity. You will never react to it. You will not react to negativity if you don't associate yourself with it. And also, somebody texted in. I'm going to read this text last night that came in that I wanted to touch on, so I think it's actually pretty interesting. Give me just a second. Let me tweak up some of these other dilly-dallies. The debate. No, the debate is basically anything that, if you have an issue with someone, or something that needs to be discussed, or maybe something somebody said on a call or something like that, and you would like to have a personal conversation with this person, and to maybe get some clarity. Now, there's somebody who said that they wanted to have a certain conversation with someone, but it don't seem like I've seen them, both individuals, in the chat, but I don't know if they've been in at the same time. And so I've been wondering, if a particular one is going to do it. All right, you there? You can hear me loud and clear? All right, give me just a second. Let me add the second individual to the call, and then we will go from there. Let me see. Actually, should I be able to do this? All right, let me put the calls, let me merge real quick. Both gentlemen, are you there? All right. So Denfolk, we're going to solve a problem that we've been having. Who do we have on the line with us tonight?
We're going to solve a problem.
Prepaid, Mike. And Professor Trill, we sound nothing to fucking like. I don't know how this became a conception, bro. I don't know.
Now look, before we get started, and before everybody say we sound like I got something for y'all, all right? Hold on 1 second, Trill. Hold on real quick, all right?
Oh, shit.
You think they just into diamond? Just for a second. You think they just into diamond? Answer the question. All right, don't say I hope they burn in hell. That's for all y'all who's swimming down. We sound just alike, or we share the same fucking brain. I hope y'all just die and burn in hell.
Oh shit! So, I don't. Okay, so this is the issue, and I'm telling y'all, this is they talk about reverse racism, but I swear it's only the black women in the den, though. It's only the black women in the den that say this, and this is why I wonder if it's when you speak a little bit aggressively. Do black women just turn you off and stop listening? Do y'all think that could be the case, and so it just all sounds the same after that?
No, black women don't listen, period. So it ain't like some shit that they choose to do. They automatically do it. They don't hear shit a nigga got to say.
Never.
Especially when the nigga on their ass.
Delete, mute.
Control, out, delete. Delete everything.
Yes. OMG, TTYL.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't even know how this thing started, because like to me, like I said, it sounds completely different. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea how this became a thing where everybody swears that y'all sound just like it's not even remotely close. To my opinion.
Maybe we taking it wrong, Prepaid. What if it was an unintended compliment, saying, you know what, these are both brothers. They both smart. You can literally hear it in their voices, and when they speak, they come with facts, not feelings or fiction or bullshit. So, could it be? Could that be what it is, and we just take it? I didn't think so either.
because the reality is every time you say something, if you say something and people disagree with it, they blame the shit on me. If I say something, of course they gonna always be mad at me. They blame the shit on you. I'm like, nigga, I didn't fucking say that. They was like, and Prepaid, shit. He was in here disrespecting all the women. I wasn't even here. Shut up. That wasn't me.
That was me. And I wasn't disrespecting all the women. I was disrespecting every bitch and every hoe that I was talking about. So if you fit into that category, then yes, I was disrespecting your hoe ass. You need to stop that bullshit.
Pimps up,
hold down.
That's it. There's nothing we can do about that. Ain't nothing we can do about that.
Prophet Eli Church.
If you act like a lady, you will be treated accordingly. Plain and simple. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you, and I will treat you as such. But if you act like a bitch, you're going to bring the pimp hand out. That's all I'm saying. I will pull up in the Cadillac on your ass real quick.
Oh, my God. So I don't know how we'll do a quick poll in the chat. And so if y'all still think that they sound the same, put a 0. If you can tell that they sound completely different, which they do. Yes, I'm adding some bias into the poll. Push 1. I want to know what y'all think.
I don't know about that, but I know one thing. Dallas needs to do something about these goddamn roads. This is some bullshit.
Oh, well, I mean, it's Dallas. I mean,
unfortunately. Yeah.
They spent all the money. They spent all the money on the Yaki. Bad hair. Let me tell you something. Don't nobody got more hood rats than Dallas. Nobody. Jesus
You think so?
Christ. Woo! That's a lot of Dallas. Okay, let me say this. Dallas and Detroit both got a lot of bottom feeders. That's probably the two worst I've ever seen.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
I can't front. That's a good one, but I don't know, bro.
Hey, look here, man. There's some rough looking bitches in Detroit, boy.
Have you ever been to Memphis?
It's so cold in the
deep.
Yeah,
Memphis. Now, this is the reason why I didn't add Memphis, because Memphis got some bad white bitches. That's the only reason why. It kind of balanced it out.
True.
Detroit got some Tyrone Lue looking bitches out there. I mean, some Tyrone Hills, some Tony Snell looking bitches out there. Woo, some ugly bitches out there. Lord have mercy.
Oh my God.
This nigga say Tyrone Lue. God damn.
I don't even. Oh man, they got some ugly women out. Bro, they got a bitch in Detroit look like Sam Cassell. I ain't lying to you.
Oh my God! So there's a particular individual in this chat. I don't be listening to this nigga, but we've had a debate, and you know, me and Trill have had this debate. Wink has had this debate. But Prepay, you're a cereal guy, right?
Yeah.
What is your favorite? What do you say is the best cereal out there? Even if it's maybe a childhood preference or even now, what would you say is the best cereal on the market?
Okay. Now, when I say this, it's going to probably shock a lot of people, and this is the only reason why I'm rolling with this, because I like the best of both worlds. I'm going to probably say the best cereal is Fruity Pebbles and Chocolate Pebbles. Now, hold on.
Fuck out of here, Honcho. Goddamn, go to girl. Nobody eat that bullshit.
Now hold on a second. Now
you do better eating the goddamn cereal box and throw some sugar on that shit. Fuck out of here, Honcho.
This slander.
Now wait a minute.
Fuck out of here.
Now wait a minute. Now I like Golden Grams. Now I like Golden Grams.
Yes,
now wait a fucking minute. Now, goddamn it.
Why you just had to fuck it up, bro? God damn.
Well, nigga, he said did a nigga not say cereal connoisseur?
Thank you.
True. Okay.
Well, yeah,
okay.
nigga, I specialize in this. When I come to your house to have cereal, I bring my own bowl, nigga. I got enough food in my pocket. I showed up ready for this shit.
This nigga got the
bowl with the
straw built in the side of that bitch.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what bowl I got. I got the Ninja Turtle bowl. Remember that when we were kids with the straw?
Oh, this nigga. You got the spoon that changed color when you stick it in the cold milk too?
Hell yeah. And for you uppity niggas in the chat, y'all shut the fuck up, because y'all told me milk came from almonds, and I ain't never seen an almond with no fucking nipples.
Yes.
Y'all can kiss my ass. You should have some coconut. You have coconut milk. If you eat that Prepay, you'll be a lot better off. You know, you live longer. Bitch, I don't want to live forever. I want to go when I go. I need some milk come out of titties.
Yes, this is actual facts.
Indeed.
Niggas say, well, we shouldn't be drinking milk from a cow. Well, bitch, we eat steaks from the cow. What's wrong with the milk?
I don't know.
Niggas don't have no answers for me, man. Got me eating vegan nachos and shit, fucking my stomach up. That's my question. We drinking lactated titties now with our cereal? Come on, dog. Y'all trying to kill me early.
Yeah.
I fucked around and made that mistake. I don't know how many of y'all niggas have listened to the house of the pregnant woman, but I fucked around and made that mistake, bro. Yeah, I took a huge L on that one.
I sucked that thing out and know what I got myself into.
Damn, this shit don't smell right, so I did the little taste shit. Never again, bro. Never again. I say, look here, man. Either you put a label on that shit, or I'm throwing every fucking drop I see out, and you gonna have to pump all fucking night. I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. I don't give a shit how much your nipples is tender, or your titties. I don't give a shit. I will throw everything in the refrigerator away. Don't do that whole ass shit no more.
That's tough, man.
I call myself trying to be old freaky ass nigga. I'm gonna give me some milk out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
boy,
hell no.
Hey, I ain't signed up for that shit. I don't know what the fuck baby's drinking. That shit's terrible.
Jeez. They don't know no better. You know, they don't know no better.
Hey, it's kind of like when you was in high school. You know what I'm saying? You had, you about 16, 17-year-old lady on the period. You gonna try it anyway. It take one crime scene to know you ain't built for this shit. I had one crime scene. I'm done. I hit that titty milk one good time. Hey, that's it for me. It's like drinking a Heineken. Oh, fuck no. I'm done with that shit. You only need one Heineken to know you ain't built for this shit.
But that's the crazy thing. There's some niggas out there that like the crime scene. I don't see how you get that. You know, it makes me question their integrity and their sanity. You know, you that's not a nigga you want to hang out with on the regular. Some niggas be into that weird shit. That shit happened to me one time.
Bro.
I was scarred for months. Let
me tell you something. Them niggas be serial killers, man. They just been waiting for the moment. That first crime scene get their mind right. I'm done with that shit. I'm telling you. Nigga told me, man, you married, you ain't doing that.
How could you even see that or think that and think that that's just something? How could you even be turned on by that? I don't get that. That's an automatic fucking turn off.
There's something disconnected. Something is not all the way there, or something is loose. It's like it does not get that good.
At 15 and 16, I was a crash dummy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I tried pretty much anything at 15 and 16. Nigga, at this point, if my wife tells me that she on a period and end on Tuesday, I don't touch her till Thursday because she like to lie.
You heard
she like to tell me it's the end of the like I'll wait.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
I'll everything see, good.
I'll see what Bang Bros got waiting on me. I'll catch you in 2 days. I'm gonna head on out.
This nigga stupid.
I'm just saying, bro. I can't do that crime scene no more, man. That shit right there. That Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. I can't do nothing with that, Jack. You can have that.
Yeah, that shit is
to me, that's just as bad as eating ass, bro. Like how niggas glorify this shit now. Like that shit cool. Oh yeah, I eat a whole ass. Like, bro, nah, fool. No.
Is it as bad or is it worse?
Okay, let me tell y'all this. You ever went to a bitch house and you use her bathroom and you know how a bathroom's supposed to look? Mm-hmm. And her bathroom just dirty? Mm-hmm. How you eat her ass? I don't even understand. Listen, if a bitch got dirt underneath her fingernails, if you eat her booty, you deserve to die on the spot. I hope you just mid-lick and just die. Just soulless and go on to your maker. You're disgusting. And then ate all the booty and then gonna put a rubber on the smasher. You've eaten all the diseases. You got all the E. coli, I promise you. And somebody's ass has everything they got. If they got anything wrong with them, you probably ate an extra chromosome, you weird fucker. And then look,
this nigga here.
Man, look, you know you been in the club with your partner. You be like, hey, let me taste that. No, the fuck you not gonna taste this. You better get your own drink, bitch.
Especially with that shit, nigga, and you know, nah,
come
bro,
on, man.
Hey.
You lick small
to his fridge, you go to get something out of his gallon, that bitch already, hey, bro.
I'm good,
you
man.
Drink out this shit?
Yeah,
food is my shit. Nah, I'm good.
That's a pet peeve.
I'm good, because you lick small intestines, bro. I don't want none of that. You a nasty bugger.
Fuck that shit. This nigga on the human chitlins. I can't fuck with that, man. I can't do it.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough stuff right there, baby.
And I don't know how a woman's supposed to clean that in order for me to lick that. But there ain't enough hot water in the fucking shower for you to think I'm finna put my tongue on that there. Oh no, sir.
Not even if she had a fucking enema, bro. Like no.
Nah, in the booty? Nah, no thank you, man. No, bro.
But you know what I mean? What if she go bleach the booty hole? What if she go bleach the booty hole? Does that push the reset button?
Listen. She can keep that a secret. I don't care. You can keep that a secret. I don't want no parts of that shit.
Look. I understand. You know what I'm saying? It's a man thing. We like to watch ourselves penetrate our women. Yeah, we like to watch that. But I'm not literally. And if I like it or find it attractive or not. No, man. I'd rather look at. Come on, that shit weird. I don't know what the fuck wrong with you niggas, boy. Y'all niggas on some whole other shit. What the fuck is you doing while you fucking, bro? Is you that fucking bored, my nigga? Obviously, you can't be doing something right, and she can't be doing something right. If you got time to be worrying about if her asshole is up to snuff or not, come on, man, fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
I know what's going on. See, the problem is, man, niggas don't have no fucking limits in life, bro. Like. Dog, listen, if you 21 years old eating ass, what you gonna do when you 31? Bitch, you need to build up to some of this shit. Question. Y'all niggas don't build up to nothing, bro. Like, y'all, dog, by the time y'all get 31, niggas just be ready to put you in the wheelchair and take you to the hospice. Because y'all niggas done live life 10 times over and ate all this booty, licked on all the toes and shit. Y'all just some nasty motherfuckers. You supposed to use that. Listen, bro, look, all you young Thundercats out here, use your best move when you're in trouble. Don't eat a whole lot of pussy, fellas. Hold off on that shit because.
Hold up, prepaid. Hold up. We need to pause for a brief intermission.
Okay.
I know you did not just equate sucking toes to eating ass, bro.
No. See, you acting like Misty because you missed the whole boat. Listen to me now. I don't have a problem with you sucking some toes and doing all that shit. What I'm telling you is, fellas, hold off on that shit. So when you get in trouble, that should get out a free card. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You see what I'm saying? If you jump out the gate eating booty, bro, how you gonna when you gonna fuck up?
Yeah.
When you fuck up, how you gonna get back in good graces?
Yeah.
You can't eat a booty. You did that 2 times already this week. It's only Tuesday.
Yeah, you right.
You gotta hold off on that shit. Y'all ain't got no money, so we know y'all ain't bought nothing nice for us. So.
Goddamn, prepaid, how come every nigga got to be broke, cuz? Goddamn,
them niggas ain't got no money, man. Them niggas ain't got no money.
Damn. See, that's why they call you a goddamn coon. Listen to that. That's exactly what you're doing. You're cooning right now.
Man, but that's tough.
All right, okay. Well, I don't have a problem being a coon. Tell me this. What's $15,326 times 0? That's what the motherfuckers got in their account. That's a math right there.
Well, I ain't got nothing for that. I can't defend you.
Look, man, listen, you can't be broke and extra nasty. Listen, you're going to be a broke nigga, man. You need to leave that in your back pocket. Truth be told, don't even broadcast your booty. Just keep it a secret. When she find out you been cheating, you put your tongue in the booty. Then you good. Now she ain't going to put you out.
Man, hell no, bro. I ain't co-signed to that shit. That was prepaid. And only prepaid.
They gonna make sure you just said it. You just said it because they still can't tell the difference. So they gonna put that one on you, man.
Fuck that.
You stuck in the conversation now.
All I'm saying is, if your name ain't on the lease, you need to be selective when you eating booty, bro. Because you know what I'm saying. You come home, she come home, and you supposed to take the chicken out. You didn't take the chicken out. You ain't cleaned up. You've been playing the game all day. She been to pack your little overnight back and put you out. Man, then you eat booty. On the way out, then you lick that thing. That's all you gotta do. But if you do it every day, then shit, she gonna put you out.
You talking about emergency circumstances. Man, but the feet thing, I can't do the feet thing, man. I'm not a foot fan. I know some people be
that
with
didn't
it.
bother me. If she got pretty feet, bro.
Man, feet are feet.
And a bothersome thing.
Feet.
Yeah, I ain't doing foot or ass. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a germaphobe, y'all. I ain't doing none of that shit.
No, I don't understand. Like, what's the big problem with feet? I ain't got no fucking fetish or nothing, but I don't see it. Now I can understand if they smell, have a particular stench to them. Then of course not. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. I think some females.
I can't do it, bro. I'm gonna just be real with you. I can't do it. I don't give a fuck what's going on. They say Rihanna got some pretty ass feet. I'm not sucking no feet. I ain't doing no hoofs.
Nah, I don't know about that. I know where that bitch from. She do a lot of walking barefooted. Nah, I ain't nowhere in hell her feet that goddamn pretty. Goddamn well she got them yabba dabba doo feet, nigga. Fuck that bullshit. She got feet like Pebbles, Wilma, and Betty. Fuck that bullshit. Nah, bro.
Oh my God.
Hell nah. That's how you put 2 and 2 together. I ain't never seen that bitch feet a day in my life, but I know goddamn well something ain't right.
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is, bro, a lot of times, man, niggas got to have some limitations, bro. Like, I agree. Your relationship, your marriage, look, bro, all that shitting with the door open, that's disgusting, man. Close the motherfucking door, bro. Light a candle and close the goddamn, turn the vent on. I don't want to smell that. I don't care what you ate. I don't want to smell it. That's disgusting, bro. I'm not into that type of stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not the person to give advice about feet and ass. Listen, if y'all want to get nasty, go get nasty. I'm just telling you what I do. I ain't doing this shit. You know what I mean? They say heroin feel good, too. I ain't putting that in my arm, neither. Enjoy yourself.
Fact.
Junkie. Fucking junkie.
Fucking facts.
Man. Oh, man. I got nothing to say to that, man. But this has been extremely entertaining. I can't lie. We might need to make this a segment.
Since we here prepaid, since we here, how about
wait. Sure, before we go to the next thing, I want to say this because I just found this out. It's a lot of you women eating booty too, eating men butt.
Facts. Facts.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you a woman and you eating a man's ass, you deserve to die on the spot. I know niggas who don't wear lotion in the wintertime.
God damn.
Bruh, I go to the gym 8 o'clock in the morning. People show up musty. Y'all eating they booty?
We.
How you musty 8 o'clock in the morning? These niggas show up musty. Knees white as fuck, ankles white, hands like they been just punching bricks and shit. Man, look, bruh. You eat man booty. I hope your tongue fall off into your pocket. Hope you gotta, so your tongue gonna talk to me. You a disgusting bitch. You a one nasty motherfucker.
How do you look at somebody after they literally stuck their tongue in your asshole? How could you look at them the same? Would you not think about that every time you look into their face? Like, bitch, you really licked the inside of a nigga asshole.
Listen,
and if you did mine, I can almost guarantee I wasn't the first.
Listen to me. If you are a woman and you done ate a man's ass, you can't tell me he ain't shit or he a deadbeat. You ate my booty. You can't tell me nothing.
Oh, man.
You done put your tongue all in the nigga butt. Go on, get up out of here, bitch. Go make me a sandwich.
People need to have standards and definitely have some limits. It's just certain things, just like, nah, I'm not going to go for. Certain things are a absolute no-go, period.
Enough
nowadays,
is
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, that's tough. Shannon, stop lying. You know you eat ass. That's tough, man. It's a tough situation, but that's the thing, man. And the likelihood, especially when you back out there as a single, people do whatever's trendy. You want to blame Kevin Gates for the start of this shit, and then it's then kind of went crazy from there. But now the likelihood of you encountering somebody who has done something like this is higher than normal, and it's not like a thing that you could ask somebody out the gate when you first start fucking. Look, have you ever eaten anybody's ass? That's gonna likely ruin any chances, even if they haven't, that you have of making any progress with this person. So I think it's a crapshoot. Well, literally a crapshoot out there these days. When you fool with anybody, damn near.
Well, they say Kevin Gates is in the men. They say that he be going to jail and stuff and having little boyfriends and stuff in there. That's where all that came from.
Wow.
I don't want no parts of it.
Oh, well, there's that. That's tough.
Sticking with that phrase. Now, Honcho.
Yeah.
Let me holler at you for a second, my brother.
All right, what's happening?
I actually felt for you yesterday. Because it took, and of course, it had to be some women. It took a group of women to finally pull you out of your character, bro. And I felt for you yesterday. I was like, damn, this nigga been good. He been staying in character this whole time. But he was just like, you know what? He was like Dave Chappelle on that fucking Meet the Clump shit. Enough! I can't take this shit no more. I ain't never seen Honcho just come out, guns blazing. Look here, ladies. Y'all need to chill out and cut a nigga some slack, man. What was said was what was said.
Man.
Let it be.
It's okay. I held back a lot because I was self gauging as I was saying some stuff because it was the direction I went. I'm just like, nah, this ain't the time. Because the time will be soon because I feel myself trending that way. But right now I'm just like. We just gotta clear the air on some of this. We gotta stop doing some of this bullshit that we own right now. And it's just, I don't know why I got but like I said, it was a combination of things. Like I said, it was the responses to this situation. It was some of the message I got. I got some random, I guess, people who went back and watched me, people who might not be den regulars, texting me crazy off the wall shit. Some of the comments that got sent, to various. I'm just like, what the fuck? How y'all don't give a fuck about this dude? How is this this is the shit that repeatedly happens that we give energy to and give relevance, and then we wonder why we get stuck in these repeated situations. And it was getting to the point where it was just I was getting annoyed, man. And so
Trey, the fun thing about it was, and like I said, I had missed the topic the day before. The thing that had me laughing was my nigga showed up defeated. Like he showed up to the race.
Yes.
Honcho had that look.
He was like, I don't know what to say. I done tried explaining this shit in the many different ways in detail, and you bitches just don't get it.
Bro, you know who Honcho?
Don't fucking
You know who
listen.
Honcho look like?
Do
I'm
you
gonna tell you who
know
Honcho look
that
like.
66% of bitches is born with some type of hearing loss? That's when you have to hear. The realest shit ever said on the cartoon.
Listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you who Honcho looked like yesterday, y'all. Y'all gonna laugh when I tell y'all this. Honcho showed up to the den. Y'all remember when the Popeye chicken sandwich first came out, and that lady was sitting there with her head down. She was feeding. That's what Honcho looked like. He like the Popeyes lady who's got her ass when she made the 3,000 sandwiches in 30 minutes. That's who Honcho looked like, bro. My nigga had went through it, bro. Yeah. My nigga got some emails. It was calling him a cis man. It was over. Yeah. He didn't know what that shit meant.
Man, it was. I'm telling you, it was just like, man, this is what. And I'm telling you, I guess. And then I could probably tie it partially into, my new circumstances and kind of being back out in the arena, but not really out in the arena because I'm just kind of cooling right now. Because I'm just seeing what the landscape is, and then that partially made me disappointed too. So I'm like, is this really what's out there now? Is this what I'm supposed to look for? Man, I don't want no parts of none of this shit. I might as well go be a fucking monk or some shit somewhere because I don't want to deal with none of this bullshit. Like, if this is the type of energy, these are the type of people I'm gonna have to deal with, and I'd rather not. Like, I'd rather take a vow of celibacy and just not give a fuck. Like, this shit is crazy, man.
I'm glad it happened to you because here's the thing. If you was listen, if you was light skinned, they'd have been told you don't like that, you hate your skin. You dark skinned, so they let you make it because you got dreads and shit. You one of them. You a soul brother. You know what I'm saying? You a hotel. They let you slide, nigga. If you light skinned, nigga, you say anything negative about black women, you done.
Oh yeah, they gonna cancel.
You done. For somebody, we black all day until we say shit they don't like, and also we become white. You the white man of the black community, bitch. The what?
Man, somebody sent a message saying that once you the light skin or the mixed couples or whatever, they teaching their kids not to like black people and don't. So I'm like, where is all this shit coming from? Like, do you know this? You got proof of this? Like, it's just like, come on, man, we going through y'all, and these emotions is really like they doing it. What's that shit they used to do back then? Them coffee clatches or what they used to call them, but they used to play the Ronald Reagan records, in private in the back, in their own dens and shit. They get their neighbors and their friends and shit. This is what these niggas out there. Hey, don't fuck with those darkies. Goddamn it, they're not like us. You better leave them alone. And it's just crazy. Like, what is really going on? Like, the mind, the thought process of some people. It's just like, come on, man.
Nah, man. It had to happen, Honcho, man. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Patrick Patterson, 7 points a game. His opinion changed the world, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That right there changed it. 99% of women, if Patrick Patterson walked in the mall right now, they just know it's another tall nigga walking around this bitch. They don't know who he is or none of that shit. They just offended because it's time to be offended. This is what they do. Exactly. Something got to be wrong. So look, they got mad at New York John because he knew about the different type of hair types. They want to jump him over there. He said C4. I said, yeah, that nigga right over there. Nigga, you know what he's talking about.
That's the
that nigga done pull some hair and give him some back shots before. I'm telling y'all.
Blowing the backs out. So yeah,
blowing backs out, bro.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's what I say. I'm just
like,
man,
back shot.
I'm like, man, it's a crazy world, man. Like I say, I'm cool because I'm telling you, I think I saw Trill earlier. I was like, man, after some of the shit I seen, it was just I damn near wanted to go. I wanted to put my Tommy Sotomayor hat on and just go in, but I'm like, I can't go that far. But it's just, and it wasn't all just women. It was niggas too, and that's why I was telling it's like, it's some bitch ass niggas. Y'all gotta realize some simp ass niggas out here who will tell y'all anything y'all want to hear in hopes of getting some pussy. So you saying, oh well, men are saying it too. Them niggas some hoes, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas gonna say whatever y'all want to hear. You don't have your best interest in mind.
Listen, man. Listen to all you extra soft. Shaking nigga hand with your left hand and you right-handed ass niggas. Let me tell y'all a little secret, bro. You ain't got to lie to a woman. If a woman feeling you, she'll lie to herself about you.
Fact.
Puss ass nigga, stop agreeing with them on every fucking thing. Oh baby, as the black queen, we supposed to rock. No, the fuck we not. Listen, bro, you ain't gotta get and do all that bullshit. If she really like you, bro, she'll lie to herself. You could be scum of the earth. If she digging you, dog, that nigga dog, but he my dog. That's what she gonna say.
This is true. This is all true.
He a pit bull, but he my pit bull. I love him. Puss ass niggas up here, all that. I don't like all that whole ass shit, bro.
That shit kills
up
me,
here
man.
capping and you need to. That's the problem, bro. We supposed to be riding for our sisters. The niggas you go ride for them.
Man, look.
Them be the main niggas up here with a white old lady. Them now be fronting this man all that bullshit.
I.e. Derek Jackson.
You feel me? Now I want to be very clear. Nothing wrong with a little bit of cocaine. Now ain't nothing wrong with. Nothing wrong with a little bump every now and then. A little booger sugar ain't hurt nobody. Ooh, give me the chills thinking about that. Ooh.
This nigga here.
Give me a little Jennifer Aniston. They used to call me Cocaine Wayne.
Oh, this nigga. Somebody come get this man. Where's your wife at, bro? She needs to come get your ass under control.
Look, when you text me what I told your black ass, I said I was smoking this fucking brisket. Did I not tell you that?
You did.
So that means I don't want to be bothered out here. I'm out here smoking this fucking brisket. They don't come out here because I ain't want to cook this shit no way. Fucking with me, we'll have pizza on Thanksgiving. The Pilgrims had pepperonis and cheese, nigga.
Oh, this nigga here.
I don't give a damn.
Oh man. This is class. Look. Yeah, look. This might have to be a little segment from time to time. This is thoroughly enjoyable, man. This is what's happening. Man. So I really don't have not too much else extra to add. I think that the people at this point should be able to tell the difference. You know, I don't understand what the discrepancy was or the issue with the discrepancy was, but I don't know.
Well, just in case.
You think they just sent the diamond?
Absolutely. So y'all can tell the difference now? Okay, good. That's what's happening. Well, fellas, before we move on to the next thing, y'all got anything else y'all want to say before we switch it up?
Nah, man. Nope. Hey, look, to everybody, I probably ain't gonna see y'all tomorrow, talk to y'all tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Love y'allself, love your family. If you got an old fucked up family, go to the Friendsgiving. Fuck them niggas, and y'all be happy, man. Put yourself first. That's all I'm saying, man.
If you ain't gonna love you gotta learn to love yourself before you can love anybody else.
There it is. Yep. Y'all be blessed.
I'm prepaid, Michael. Y'all stay blessed.
You motherfucker.
I had to. It just had to happen. It had to happen, bro.
Oh man, this is a classic, man. I'm gonna have to come back and say this one. This was a classic, man. I appreciate both of y'all, gentlemen, man.
All right, bro.
All right, Honcho. All right, prepaid.
Man, that was a golden moment in the den right there. That was a golden moment in the den. Let me jot this note down. I'm gonna come back and take this call, and I might just drop this as a den video. Man, that was classic right there. But I'm still getting over this little whatever I got going on. I'm still coughing up a little bit, but maybe that's all the bullshit getting out. You know, the last of the bullshit. I'm pretty good. I ain't been doing too much sneezing and tomfoolery. Give me 1 second here. All right, there we go. But man, that was a great call. That was a great call. I love it. Man, look, hey, they requested money. You have to get it while you can. Cause you know, the den, there is no saving anything for last in the den. You know what I'm saying? There is no saving anything last because you never know when the den is going in. Like I say, we're going to go 2 hours and then it's 5.5 hours later and we still talking about some shit. We discussing some off the wall ass shit. So, you know, we'll figure it out. You just kind of got to go with the flow. I think that's a good tone setter. Now, don't know nobody else. The only thing that was missing. You know what was missing? Where the hell is Broderick ass at? Broderick, where is B for real? Because I seen him in here earlier, and he might have dipped out. That's I think that was the only thing that was missing. So there's that. But it would have definitely been interesting to catch his take on that. But like I said, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna say that call. That's a classic, man. Denfolk, y'all are great people, man. I'm just telling y'all. This is why I say the shit is enjoy. I mean, I look forward to the den each and every night. And then if I miss a fucking den or den just after, like, I'm telling you, it just seemed like something ain't sitting right. You feel me? It's like, man, something I'm missing something. So I fuck with the Denfolk more. I'm telling you, only other person I might talk to I don't think I talk to my mama that much. I don't talk to Scotty that much. But that was definitely a funny call. Big Mexican. Oh, shut your ass. You pre-prepping the tortillas for Thanksgiving? Big Mexican. You know what I'm saying? G-Man, what's the motherfucking deal? So, does anybody have, any beef? Does anybody have anything that they would like to discuss with someone? Maybe a call that was made prior to or previously, and they say, hey, this person said something, I would like to address it. Or maybe there's an issue somebody spoke on that you would like to debate. And I guess it would help if I did this, right? There we go. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Bro, I literally just got in the chat and you just immediately started talking shit.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Why you drop like racial references right away? Tortillas, all kinds of craziness. I literally just got in the chat.
I mean, everybody loves tortillas. I made some tortillas yesterday.
I just want to know why you haven't responded to any of the texts I sent to the den.
You sent a text?
Literally all I've been asking in the chat.
You said you're talking about actually in the chat or actually to the den line that you sent text message to the den line?
I sent 2 texts to the den line.
I may have missed him. Let me see what we got.
You never made reference to.
Let me see. Was you talking about how Patrick Patterson is a race traitor? Was that you?
No.
Okay.
Bro, it has to literally be the only 505 number in your in your text line.
You'd be surprised. I mean, I think I got you saved actually as under contact. I don't know if I see any text messages. Let me see something. Let me do it this way. But if I have, I apologize if I missed. I try to do my best to return the calls. And
so I'll read them to you.
Okay. All right, that'll work.
The first one says, first 16 career starts. Wins, Lamar Jackson 13, Patrick Mahomes 12.
Mm-hmm.
Rush yards, Lamar Jackson 1,258. LaDainian Tomlinson 1,236.
Mm-hmm.
Passer rating, Lamar Jackson 94.4, Tom Brady 90.1.
Mm-hmm.
Yards per attempt, Lamar Jackson 7.6, Aaron Rodgers 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Completion percentage, Lamar Jackson 63%, Drew Brees 61%.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first one.
Okay.
And the second one I said, this is the most gangster stat I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, the Ravens have punted twice in the last 3 games. Robert Griffin played QB on both of those drives.
Mm. That's very interesting. Well, my thoughts on that
what I said was that Honcho was just upset that the last time Watson was better than Lamar Jackson was in college.
Oh, no, absolutely not. The thing is, it's fuck the Ravens and fuck Lamar Jackson. That's a stat for your ass. I've said fuck Lamar Jackson at least 117 times this season. Put that in your stat book and put a stamp next to it. No, like I said, here's my deal though, and I've said it 1,000 times when I did the thing, and this ain't soft sports. So I'm gonna make the sports combo brief. I like Lamar Jackson. I'm not hating on Lamar Jackson, but when it's Texans versus Ravens, it's fuck Lamar Jackson. Outside of that, I want to see him do well. I want to see him.
All I'm gonna say is Lamar Jackson is what Colin Kaepernick would have been if he was black.
No, stop the nonsense. If he was black. God damn.
I just had to say that to piss off everybody else.
Oh, no, that shit was funny. That shit was funny as shit. Like, I thought you were going to say something if Colin Kaepernick had a fair shot or something. I was going to say stop it now, but if Colin Kaepernick was like, now that's fucking funny. Oh, man.
No, I know it's not soft sports, so I'm not trying to get everybody all riled up. I just wanted to know why you hadn't responded to either of those.
I swear I haven't got. Like, I'm looking through the thing because I can filter out to just the text message. I have not. Have you texted to the new number, or was it maybe sent to the old number, or because I'm looking right now. I don't see any text messages from you.
855-948-0369.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing them. I got
Just are you racist towards Mexicans, but the Den line is racist towards Mexicans.
Well, I've trained it to be that way. It's kind of like a artificial intelligence type thing, machine learning, like they like to call it. And
Honcho, I always call in and talk shit to you. So how's your family, bro? How's everything been in your life?
Things have changed up a little bit. It's not quite the same situation, but things happen. So, but as far as the individuals themselves, they are fine. Yes.
Nobody ever answers honestly. Everybody just says good. So that's kind of weird. I don't know how to respond to a negative response to that.
But
question.
I don't think it's negative. It just is what it is. There's no good, no bad. There's just things are what they are.
Well, I hope everything ends up good. I don't know what to say to that, bro. Like K Grace. So K Grace is the nicest person in this chat, hands down. Earlier she asked me how are my kids doing, or how's my family doing. The honest, the easiest answer to that is everybody's good.
Yes. Yeah.
Nobody answers oh well.
It's
not that anymore.
I just try to be transparent. Because what happens is, some people are aware, some people aren't, and then if you don't just when we be in a public situation, that way if somebody didn't know, then later on they'll be like, oh well, they may not ask that question, or they may be inclined to ask, but that's not what it is anymore. So it actually maybe prevents, some people don't pay attention, and so maybe it prevents it from being a thing in the future, or maybe to just the way that people ask the question. I'm trying to see what's going on here, and one. You're definitely not the only 505 number, and then two. I'm still looking. I just don't see it. I'm looking through. Was it sometime within the last month or so, or how long had it been since you had?
One was today.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm looking through. I'm looking all the way back to the middle of October. I do see a text message about Lamar Jackson, and it says Lamar Jackson is a bum. Oh, okay. Oh, if they were pictures, they probably didn't show up. That's what it is. Because this line doesn't get pictures. The other one, the other line used to get pictures. This line doesn't get pictures. So if you got a picture, I might have to send it through the email. But I did see a photo. This one says Lamar Jackson is a bum that can run like a crackhead.
Do you have kids?
No biological children.
No children?
No.
I've always wondered that because you come it seems like you have kids when you're talking on the Den line.
Well, like I said, the chick I was with, she had a daughter, and I made sure I treat her like it was mine. She's still also be a part of my life or whatever, so be a father figure. But I don't have any biological children that I can abuse on my own.
Do you want kids?
I'm not counting on it. It's not something that I'm actively pursuing. I don't plan on it anytime in the future. But if I fuck up and make a terrible mistake,
planning and wanting are two different things.
Yes. If I fuck up and make a real bad mistake with my life, then I'm sure I'll have some. But I'm not counting on it.
So you don't have a Like, you don't want to go have kids.
No, I don't.
Like, if you found the right chick, you wouldn't want to have kids.
Probably not. Because, I mean,
Man, that's surprising.
No, it's. I'll be honest. I know it's only a couple of years, but I don't want to do the crying baby phase stuff. Like, if I was like super rich, like if I say hit the lotto or just became super rich, I could hire like a nanny and had like a pool house that I could put the kid in during like those first 2 or 3 years. I'd be with that. Like, as soon as the crying starts, take it to the pool house. But then, once it stops and it's kind of sleep, I'll go in there, check on it, give it a little kiss on the forehead and stuff, and then we can walk and talk. Then we can hang out. Other than that, I don't want to deal with it.
That legitimately, from watching The Den as long as I have, I don't know how long I've been watching The Den. That's super surprising.
Really?
I just assumed you wanted kids. Like the way that you like attack pop culture and the things that go on in today's like political climate. It just assumes like you're like, to me, I assumed you were invested in like your child's future. You know what I mean? Like, it's just interesting to be like, no, I don't want any kids.
Well, that's part of the reason why, because I hate the way society is going and the way it's trending. And yeah, I think it's a much more difficult environment now to raise children up in than I think it would have maybe if I'd have jumped the gun and maybe got started 10 years ago or something.
Have you left Houston? Have you ever left Houston, or have you always like born and raised?
Born and raised. I've been out of the city, but I'm born and raised. I've resided in the Houston area pretty much all my life.
So this isn't going to surprise anybody in the Den, but I was born in a town of probably 1,500 people. And then I moved to Albuquerque, and then now me and my wife and my kids are moving back to our hometown just to get away from all the craziness that goes on in the city that we live in.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like, I mean, like I say, if there's a couple ideas I had, that would maybe change my views, and one of those would be like owning a fucking farm with a bunch of land and not really having to deal with too many outside people. But knowing where my situation now and being in the city and the plans I have for myself, I wouldn't want my kids really. If I had kids, I'd hate them to be.
Shonda Tony donated $5 through Super Chat.
I appreciate the love.
Love the Den. A lot of good people in the Den.
And I agree. And but like just today, I mean, like I'd hate some fucking teacher with some weird agenda to be fucking indoctrinating my kid with some bullshit, and I gotta fucking deprogram when they get home. Well, my teacher said this. Well, your teacher's a stupid fucking asshole, and then that's the whole situation.
Well, that's where like the school should teach your kid like academics, and then you should teach your kids, like the parents should teach their kids morals and values.
Yeah,
and your job as a dad. You feel me? But I don't know. It's just weird because like the way that you think about things, it seems like I tend to agree with you on most things. Mm-hmm. I like talking shit to you, but I tend to agree with you on most things. And it feels like there's dudes like me and you and guys like Prepaid and Trill that should have kids, and then they don't. Like, we have like these dudes that are more like their broads that end up having kids and raise their kids in like some weird way. It just seems like things are going backwards.
Yeah, I mean, and it is. And again, and I think that, you're right, that to maybe to fix things, that you got to put yourself in the gene pool. You got to get out there, but it just seems the way that things are trending, it's an uphill battle, And so that's where that's where I get concerned, because like the way laws and things are trending, like even if you don't support or believe in certain things, it's like you're almost now legally obligated to. And then after so long, you're just gonna be like, oh fuck it, it is what it is, and that's how it gets you. And so I'm just kind of like, man, I don't think I want to deal with that process. And I think it's gonna get confusing, and then especially children in the future, they're really gonna have to buy into it, because the world is, like I say, it's getting softer and softer by the year.
It just depends on where you live, though. Like, it is 100% geographical. I think so? so I went to Costco the other day with my daughter and my son, and we were walking down the aisle. My daughter was acting up. Told her, hey, look, if you keep acting up, we're gonna have we're gonna talk. If that doesn't work, then you're gonna get a spanking. A lady had enough nerve to look at me and be like, that doesn't solve anything. And I just looked at her and I was like, you should mind your business, and your parents should have spanked you. But when I go back home, when we go back to where, the town that we're from, people look at you like, why aren't you spanking your kids? It's completely geographical to me. You can definitely live in a place where things are one way and move to a completely different area, and 100% of the people are raised in a completely different way.
I agree.
I just think I don't know that it's necessarily the whole world, but it's definitely the popular thing to do. My dad whooped my ass when I was growing up, so I grew up a certain way.
Yes.
My kids, I
agree with you, and that's why I say I'd have to have a farm or something sustainable to where, eventually you have to go to the city to do certain things, but where you're just not interacting with certain types on a daily, and then I could, raise kids with certain values and things like that, and definitely encourage hard work and all that other stuff. It's just this day and age that we live in. The first thing is, well, there's nothing to do. Let's put them on some type of electronics or anything. I don't know if you, and again, little weird shit annoys the fuck out of me. I don't know if you saw the Deontay Wilder Ortiz fight.
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing that happened after that fight, as great of a knockout as it was, and all this, the thing that caught my attention more than anything else is when he went to go get his daughter and bring her in the ring. She looked like she couldn't have been, maybe one. She's still an infant, still a small child.
She should have been asleep.
Yeah, it's not even that. Is that when she came into the ring, she had a cell phone in her hand.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? That bothers me more. The kid can't talk, can't do anything, but how to operate a cell phone. And those are those critical learning years for children when they need to be interacting with stuff, not fucking cell phone. And that causes a deficiency in learning. And that's the thing that's still everything, all the hubbub going around, people doing all that. And I noticed this baby with a cell phone, and it pissed me off. And so but this is where we are. People, it's nothing. It's just keep the baby entertained, but you're making the baby stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's lacking social interaction. It's lacking. Those are the developmental years when they should be playing with toys. And I don't know how often the baby's on the phone, but if the baby's carrying it, the baby has an attachment to the phone. It understands what it is. It knows what the fuck it is, and it's going to cause a deficient. Good night, Miss Shonda. And so it was it's crazy stuff to me.
Raising kids is so. Everybody has their 2 cents on how to raise kids, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody will say one thing, and everybody has their opinions, and I respect everybody's opinions. If somebody doesn't want to spank their children, I completely understand. I'm not saying you're dumb for not wanting to spank your kids, but what I'm saying is there has to be some sort of structure in everybody's household, and. To me, this is just my opinion, right? My opinion is 2-parent households are the best situation for that. Absolutely. Where you each play, and it's so hard to explain because people get so offended in today's world, but I feel like men and women are completely equal in every way, shape, or form. I treat my wife with as much respect as she treats me. I'm not better than her in any way. We just play different roles in our home.
Correct.
So when I get home or when I'm home and my kids get in trouble, it's usually me, I'm usually the one who has to get mad at them. And then my wife is the one who, when they get hurt or scrape their knee and they need somebody to hold them or hug them or love on them, my wife is more patient. She's more maternal than I am. So she does that. You know what I mean? It's not any, so when it comes down to discipline and things like that, that's gonna usually fall on my shoulders. Not always. She's not any worse at it than I am, usually falls on my shoulders, and then my wife plays a different role in our home.
Yes.
But you can't do that in today's world. You know what I mean? Like today's world, it's like, oh, she's a stay-at-home mom, she's a bad person.
Yeah.
But that's the whole reason of moving from a city that we're in to back to our hometown, where that's what most people do.
Yeah. I think that's the problem too. I think, especially, you get a lot of women who react to the stay-at-home mom thing, and I think a lot of that is envy. I think that is jealousy, and that's what I'm thinking. Prepaid. He's talking about the meat dried. I'm like, okay, well, we know what kind of shit we know what kind of meat Shelly eats. But my thing is I agree, man. Like I say, that there are roles, and if you're in a position to do that, then that's exactly how it should be. Because again, the parents are the first teacher. So if your mom is there and you have that's your first teacher, that you build that relationship instead of having to pass. Because I know some people have to work. You got single moms and all those other situations. But like you said, the most ideal situation is the mother, the father, the family structure. I think the kids grow up understanding the roles, and I think they appreciate that more so, because if the mom is home, then hey, this is who I rely on. This is why I think you build that long-term relationship. I think you see these relationships now where the kids are, that's the thing I wanted to talk about. It was a fucking 13-year-old killed his fucking grandma. But it's like, I think those are the healthier long-term relationships. I think the kids that get pushed around, from daycare to babysitter to all this other stuff, I think those are more strained relationships in the long term, because you don't build that connection up. But I can't fault you for that, man. I think that is, to stay, more traditional. I think that's what builds the strongest families. Families seem to be much more close-knit back in the day. Now everybody's disconnected. Everybody's too busy. Everybody's, just kind of all over the place. So.
And that's why it surprises me that you say you don't want kids, because it's like you believe in all these strong family values and raising your kids the right way. And, when you have a baby, take care of it. And then you're like, I don't want any kids. It's just surprising.
I mean, like I said, there's a couple of underlying factors to that. Like I said, it's a few different things, but like I said, but part of it is like, one is, like I said, crazy world that we live in. Two is some things that happened, like I say, historically, or not historically, but in my past, and then a situation from a previous relationship, and so something that I feel bad about, I guess. And then, it's just like I say, it's just I don't trust these hoes, man. Like,
well, and see, that's like, I feel like there's not real dudes out there. Like, I feel like a lot of like women end up getting stuck with dudes that aren't real dudes. Like, my wife watches all these like these different TLC shows and all these crazy like Jersey Wives shows and all these different shows, right? And the whole time, like, we'll be sitting here and I'll watch one of them with her, whatever, and I'm like, these aren't, like, the dudes on these shows aren't even real dudes. Like, they're running away from their kids, they're trying to figure out how to not spend time with their families. I'm like, this is craziness. Why is this what's on TV?
But this is the stuff that they're pushing. This is the stuff that they are trying to say. All right, G-Man, this is the stuff that they're trying to feed people. Hey, you don't have to be this, and a lot of this again, like I say, people emulate shit, and the shit that they push on TV, people are going to emulate. Oh, this person I like, they're doing it, and it's okay for them. It's going to be okay for me. When that's not your best interest in mind. And then people go out, well, such and such has their family is working like this. I can find me one, and then you have a litany of problems because you're not rich like they are, and have all the other little amenities and things that they have, and then you wonder why it's a struggle for you, and not the celebrity on TV. But again, the celebrity don't care too. It's all everything's bullshit. But I get what you're saying, and I kind of agree with it too. But like I say, just me personally, I know that if I did ever have a kid, I'd be 100% committed, and so I'm just going to remain selfish right now until it's going to take a special set of circumstances for it to shake.
And that's the crazy part, bro. Like, I feel like most of what you see, like, people are more willing. So like we've talked about before. I've been with my wife since I was I don't know, 16 or 17. And people today, for some reason, feel like it's like there's always broads that are out there that are like easy, and I'm sure there's dudes for her that are like way easier to deal with than me at times, you know what I mean? But people, like, whenever you have a problem in your relationship, people are so much more willing to go the easy route and just like be with somebody else for like a week because they're nice to them for a week, rather than fixing what they have in their home and like growing their family. Correct. You know what I mean? Correct. Like, keeping their family strong. It's just weird. We just live in a weird time right now.
I agree. And the thing is, like I said, I blame a lot of it on the TV, the social media. Like I say, you see people hopping from relationship to relationship on television. Like, again, you can talk about the celebrities, but then even on social media, because you have access to everything and everybody, and you see what everything and everybody, what they're filtering to you, you always feel like there's better out there. You know, oh, the grass is always greener on the other side, and then you get on the other side and realize that shit is astroturf.
Like it's all social media?
I think social media plays a huge impact on it. I mean, I think it's a very big, and even if it's a subtle thing, because like I said, I've just talked to people, and it's the shit they say, you know, you'd be surprised, and I'm like, man, it does, and it's other people, because I mean, you're relatable to other people are relatable, so you're like, oh, I know this person, I know that person, and then you see them doing this and doing that, or they got a new boyfriend and they're taking vacations and they're doing this and doing that, but you don't really see what's going on behind the scenes. Like I said, the bitch might be getting all kind of tiger uppercuts to go on those vacations and shit like that. But
I'm gonna go the opposite way that like Trill and Mike usually go, right? Mm-hmm. You don't think it has anything to do with the men in today's society instead of the women?
Mm-hmm. But this is where I think it plays into it, though, is because they're reacting the same way. You know, why be faithful and committed when I got all these options now to access all these other hoes? I can jump in this DM and slide in this inbox and everything. And I mean, we talk about clubs and stuff that's been around forever, so the behavior has been around forever. But like I say, it's so much more easy access now that I think it's definitely contributing to the deterioration of committed relationships.
But you say like clubs and all this behavior has been around forever, but it really hasn't, right? Like it didn't get popular until like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, mainly 70s and 80s, like when these problems started happening. Yeah. Like, you don't think maybe, like, I'm not excuse. It's not a gender thing really to me. Like, what I usually hear is like, women these days are bitches or blah 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 or whatever. Like, what I'm saying is, I know a lot more dudes that had either had kids with the wrong women or didn't stick around in their household to raise their kids rather than women the other way around. Correct. Like, I feel like I know a lot more bitch-ass dudes than I know a lot more bitch-ass women.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, I don't mean...
And I don't know, like... That's just my experience. I don't know if that's like statistically the truth or whatever, like how that pans out. But I know a lot more dudes that I went to high school with that don't raise their kids than women that I went to high school with that don't raise their kids.
And I mean, my thing is, like, I guess I could say personally, I wouldn't agree, and then maybe it's just the character of the gentleman that I used to associate with or have associated with. You know, all my partners that have kids are in the lives of their children, even if they're old ladies, and some of them, you know, didn't make always the best decision on their old ladies. They were always committed. But I do know a lot of.
So hold on. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm gonna stop you right there. Dudes that you associate with today. So the dudes that I associate with today all raise their kids. Yes. But dudes that I've known in my past, not that I like consider my friends or people that I choose to associate myself with, but dudes that I've known in the past. There's a lot more of them that, to me, in my life, that don't raise their kids than like I said, then I say women. But like I said, that's just me. So to you, is it dudes that you associate with or dudes that you know?
I mean, now that's what I'm going to but the guys that I've known, like, I know that there are a lot of them out there that are deadbeats, or I won't even call them deadbeats, but they may not be as present or as active. But then again, I don't know the full context of their story. So, like I say, it's different maybe because the guys that actually know, I know what's going on, I've been around and, I can hear it and I can see for proof. He's not just saying, oh, she did this. You know what happened, not just getting one side of the story. And so for me to sit here and say, the guys that, I formerly know now, they don't appear to be good parents. They don't appear to be the best fathers. But then again, like I say, I don't know the full context of their story. And some of them have some questionable choices that maybe they decided to lay up with. And so, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I feel you. There's definitely crazy broads out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's definitely not like an exclusive. It's not like all men are pieces of shit. But what I'm saying, so one of my best friends in life, greatest dad I've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I look up to him as a father. Probably the worst husband I've ever known.
Mm.
Like, the dude consistently cheated on his wife, called her out her name, did all kinds of crazy shit. But when it came to his kids, was the greatest dad I've ever seen. Like, he paid his wife child support and some just to be able to have her as much as he possibly could. So I see examples like that where I'm like, bro, you're a great dad. I can't take that from you. But he's a shitty dude when it comes to relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And some people are like that, man. It took me a while to understand that faithful thing. I eventually got it figured out, but trust me, I made some questionable. It's just sometimes like I've always said, I used to be I was always a great friend. I'm just a terrible boyfriend, but definitely.
Well, you're a bad person. So
I only don't days it in with why. I'm all right. I'm a bad person when I'm not in the den. In the den, I think I'm a fairly nice gentleman. But speaking of that, speaking of good dads and what's playing.
Unless you're Mexican.
Oh well, that's racist. Most of my friends are Mexican.
Well, no, I'm saying you hate Mexicans.
I don't hate Mexicans. Most of my friends are Hispanic. Like growing up, my best friends have always been Hispanic.
Lying.
This is true.
You can say coworkers, but you can't.
No, I don't. Look, how do you think? Come on, working construction or in a fucking turnaround shit like that, you gotta be friends with the Mexicans. Good job, y'all run all the damn shit. The only way you're getting on is if they actually like you. You gotta have some kind of work ethic, or be able to speak a little Spanish or know somebody. And so, look, they like, hey, they used to call me Lalo for whatever weird reason, but
Bro, that's like anybody who says I have a black friend is racist.
Yeah, well, I'm a little racist. I have no problem admitting that. I'm not.
That person's probably racist.
I'm not racist. I'm just stereotypes exist for a reason, and I apply them evenly across the board. But before we wrap it up,
when people call me racist, I'm gonna be like, "But Honcho's my friend. I can't be racist."
You can tell them. You can tell them, tune into the den, and if they ask me, I'll co-sign it then. But I'm gonna talk shit to you about it later. I'm like, what the fuck did you tell that person we were friends? God damn it. But before we wrap it up, did you see that video of the chick basically getting FaceTimed by her dad? And she's fucking chained up to the wall, fucking twerking.
And I sent it to like 16 of my buddies on Instagram. I was like, bro. But Honcho, I've been on this phone for like 20 minutes, and I already know. I haven't looked at the chat, but I guarantee you, you're like, 10 minutes old. And I'm guessing, I'll put money on who it is. I'll put money that it's Belle. I'll put money that Belle said that at least once. All these old ladies in your stream hate me.
If you were a gambling man, I don't know, what days are the lotto in New Mexico?
I don't know. I think Wednesdays, but I'm not sure. I don't buy lottery tickets.
Well, goddamn it, you should have played tonight.
Did Belle say? I'm telling you, I don't know why all these old ladies hate me.
Because you're not
I have no idea why.
You're not a polite young gentleman, and you're rude. And you don't hold the door open for women, so you're a bad person.
Oh man! All right, Honcho, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta get to sleep.
All right, that's a bit, man. Big game. Appreciate you calling in, man.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
All right, cool. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Well, let's see. It's Belle. Okay, let's put this down for the record. I don't hate Big M. He just got a... I know why he got that moniker Big M. Big M has got a big mouth. When you two get a chatting and I'm behind you, it's usually a minimum of 20 minutes. Minimum. No, I don't hate him. In fact, he had a couple of really good points. And I can completely understand growing up in a small town, coming into a bigger city, and then going back to the small town and dealing with the small town folks talking about you every which way they want to and expecting you to do what they say. It sucks. So, anyway, the reason my call is Prepaid Mike and Professor Trill were so naturally comically timed. It was really awesome. Hear the two of them bantering back and forth and just... They have political differences, but it's like seeing two different sides of the same coin, listening to the two of them. Even if they're talking about frickin' cereal, it's funny. So, I know tonight was supposed to be a combative fighting kind of thing, but I think, being nice is not a bad thing either. Like I said, I don't hate Big M. He's just a pain in the ass. But he's not a bad person, and I liked a lot of his points about the fact that he's definitely got family values down. That's awesome. And there's something I kind of did call in because you're right. It's like getting out there and wanting to dip back into the dating pool freaking sucks at this age. You think it's bad at 35, 36, 37? Try 50 and up. The gene pool's smaller, and the choices are even less.
But would you say that people would have more, a different set of values being in an older age compared to maybe people who are younger who are kind of embracing the more newer, trendier things that are going on?
See, the thing is that 50, a lot of the men are still having their midlife crises. So they're, and this has been something that I had thought about a while back. What would I do if I ever became a widow kind of thing? I don't want to date somebody that has young children. I'm at the age and the stage where it's like, hey, if they have grandchildren, that's one thing. You go visit them, you have fun, but it's my time. I raise kids. And if, God forbid, but if the circumstances, anybody probably, I want to say maybe under 14 or 15, I don't want to go through the diapers. I don't want to do all that. I want to be able to have my own time. That's my selfish, but I made that choice when I raised my kids. So going into my second life, I get to choose what I want a little bit more. And you're still young enough where if you choose to do that, you can. If you choose not to, then, that's your choice as well. It's not good or bad, it's just a choice.
Correct.
There should never be you're a bad person because you didn't, or, good for you for choosing the single life. It's just, it is what it is and how the cards get laid out. But, yeah, the gene pool is definitely smaller. And, the thing is I've been wanting to say this for a long time.
What's that?
And I'm hoping I am very sensitive with how I put it. I don't really care whether I'm right or wrong. It's kind of my opinion. I know that I've heard a lot of the black African-American women talk about the fact that their gene pool gets smaller because of men being in jail or being on the down low or, just the fact that they don't want to stay faithful. Well, white women go through a lot of shit, too, dealing with their culture, too. Did you know the highest rate of bombers are white males? Did you know that pedophiles are predominantly white males? I mean, so if you're an older person, you're obviously not going to be in that category. You have the straight-out flamboyant, and then you have the down-low gay men, and then you have the ones that can't decide. So that even smallens the gene pool for the white females looking. So sometimes it's a matter of where you're at and what's available within the culture that your environment is living at. And I say that because we were talking about growing up in small towns. The small town I grew up in was like 99% white. The two black families that we knew, we got raised around them, so it was like they were more like brothers and sisters, and it was like, no, I can't do that. But the more you get into the bigger cities and the more diversity of ethnicities there were different choices. And so sometimes it's more about what's within your local choice of populace of who's available and who's actually single. It's not always about choosing what's within a race or what's within a culture. It's about what's available. So, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, and it's true. I think there are different, cultural differences that people don't take into account for when you're looking at the other end. But like I said, I think everybody has. It's always going to be people. It's hard for people to put other people's shoes on, if you will, or walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, and so you're only going to usually see your problems. But I think just this whole game, it's a gamble. Everything is a gamble. Everything's a risk nowadays, and I guess there's no set formula. It's people who end up getting married and they're together for years before they discover certain things about their partners or whatever else it may be. So I definitely can feel you on the that you have your own set of issues that you have to deal with getting back with people too. So I know that, like I say, we were remotely relatively issue free this evening, but I think someone has issued a challenge to you, Miss Bell.
Okay.
And the challenger, like the old Street Fighter 2, here comes a new challenger, is Big M. And he says he has some things that he would like to discuss with you. Okay, well, if you give me just a moment, I will add Big M to the call. Let me do all these things. Just a moment. I was hoping I might have been calling the wrong shit. Yeah, hello, you there? Okay, and now, are we both on the line?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, good deal.
I'm on the line.
Okay, cool. So, what is it that we need to hash out here this evening?
Well, for me, there's a couple of things.
Okay.
One of the main things is, ever since the person that apparently I can't say her name or she freaks out, me and her had it out. Belle has always been on my ass. No matter what I say, I'll say anything, and it's a big deal. And it's like this like group of people that just decided that they didn't like what I said, even though for like months before that, everybody thought that shit was hilarious. And all of a sudden, as soon as me and she who should not be named got mad, like, it became an issue.
Okay, I don't know exactly what was said, but sometimes it's not what we say, it's how we say it, and so it reads differently than what we actually mean to say. And it could have been perceived differently. It could have been perceived differently than you had intended it to be said. I'm not exactly sure what the particular comment was.
It doesn't matter what comment. Every comment I make is like, every time I'm just like cracking jokes, there's no tone in like chat, right? There's no tone in like a stream. But no matter, it doesn't matter what it is. I could just be me and Heidi, the most racist person in the stream, could be talking shit to each other. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be me talking shit to DeMarcy. It could be me talking shit to K Grace. It could be anybody in the stream. It doesn't matter who it is. And Miss Bell will be like, Big M's a dick. For no reason.
Whoa.
It's just instantly like, he's an asshole, isn't he? Like, isn't Big M such an asshole? Like, it doesn't matter who I make fun of. Instantly, Belle and that person become best friends, and she's like their ride or die.
Listen, the only real ride or die I have is Kay Grace right now. You know,
and Kay Grace loves me. I don't understand this. How can the person that you say is your ride or die like me, but you, no matter what it is, I could be on the phone with Honcho for 10 minutes and 30 seconds, and I guarantee you Bell's on there like, it's 10 minutes, Honcho.
Honestly, it's not that personal. Truly not that personal. I had said to Honcho,
Barbecue Becky comes out.
All right, hold on a second. I had said to Honcho before you challenged. I had said to Honcho, I said, first of all, I said, I don't hate Big M. I said, and I don't know if you heard me, but I grew up in a very small town. And I've moved at different times in my life to bigger cities, and now I'm back into a smaller setting. So I totally understood about you and your wife going back to a smaller
Just Sarah donated $2 through Super Chat. Say the name Big M. You're good. 100. Sparkling heart.
That. I mean, I don't have to agree with everybody on every single point. Now, it just happens to be that you and Honcho talked for 30 minutes tonight. In the last 4 days, I've gotten behind all the men when I've wanted to speak on the phone. So it's more timing than it is personal.
So what I'll say is I appreciate the last two comments that you made that were kind, that were directed towards me. But the rest of them are not normally that way. And we both know that. I mean, we could pretend that they are, but we both know that the majority of those comments that you ever made my way, ever since I made fun of you for you saying that you were bilingual because you spoke English and Southern, ever since I made fun of that, you have been offended by everything.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me clarify a point. Right here. It's all English, but it's Northeastern and Southern, which is, there are local dialects within both cultures, being in like Boston and Maine and New Hampshire, which is totally different than Alabama or Georgia and Florida. If you say sweet tea in the South, you know you're going to get sugar in it. You say sweet tea in the North, you're going to get a cup of hot tea with nothing in it, black. Okay,
if I speak New Mexican slang, like I'm from New Mexico, so I'm from New Mexico, so if I speak New Mexican slang, I'm not bilingual.
Slang, it's called colloquialisms, but
it still doesn't make me bilingual.
Well, okay, it's stretching it, and it's taking a little liberty with it, but it's not that far
ever
off.
Since that, I was legitimately cracking jokes at the fact that you're bilingual, even though you only speak English. And ever since then, everything that I say is the most offensive thing in the world.
Okay, so let me interrupt something for just a second. I want to know, and the people want to know, because I'm really I've been trying to rack my brain to think about it, and I'm not sure. Who is the name that you're not allowed to say, Big M?
I'm not, bro. Why are you trying to start
problems? Well, not people have asked. Anyway. I mean, if you want to text it to me later, text it to me. But I'm really trying to remember what happened, and I genuinely.
There's one person that I wholly respect that's in your stream that hates me with every bone in her body. Like legitimately freaks out every time I speak her name. So instead of speaking her name, I'm trying to show some sort of respect to that person because I truly have no problem with that person. I have more of a problem with Belle than I have that woman, actually. But
Belle doesn't give a shit.
We beaten that dead horse about you being super offended about every single thing that I say because I made fun of your bilingualism. But
it's
the
not
other
that.
thing I want to ask you, I have one more question.
First of all, let me hold this up and say this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
First of all, I will tweak Heidi when she says shit. I will say shit to Heidi. You haven't always been in the den, but I have called her on some of her crap. Because she can go way overboard.
Heidi is the most hilarious racist I've ever seen in my life. She's a comic genius, but she's definitely racist and a tranny.
Absolutely.
But
it goes a little far.
Let me ask you my other question.
Yeah.
What I want to know is why do you always compare like the black experience to your white plight?
Well,
you're like,
first of all,
hold on.
First of all,
Let me explain myself, because that garners an explanation. It's like you're always very sensitive about it. You're like, oh well, I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want anybody's feelings to get hurt. When you say that, that's like code for I'm about to hurt everybody's feelings. And you're like,
first,
I don't.
done?
Hold on, let me finish. No.
Right.
You're like, I don't want to cause a problem in here, and I want everybody to be good with me. But black women, we have just as much of a problem as white women.
Like, there's never
like. No,
they're
you
not
don't.
equal. They're just different.
You're not right, but there's 13% of the population in the United States is black. Let's say half of that is men. They're going from a way smaller group of men to an even smaller group of men to your, I don't know, 60%.
Whoa.
Like, there's a difference
There's
there.
not 60% white in America.
No, there is. Like 58.
Actually,
the vast majority.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's accurate.
Hold on,
like,
Honcho, you have a computer in front of you, right? Don't you?
Yes, I am on a PC.
Do me a favor and
look up the
Google.
stats
I have my laptop. Google the percentage of white men or white individuals in the United States, and I guarantee you, it's about 60%.
Okay, the thing is here's where the statistic gets flawed.
So how is that even close?
All right, hold on. Here's where the statistic gets flawed, and I'll tell you why. Because you have a lot of mixed kids, whether they're white and black, whether they're white and Hispanic, whether they're black and Hispanic. You have multicultural children, which throws the gene pool, or it throws the statistics off about what is actually black, what is actually white, what is actually Hispanic, what is actually Asian.
Hold on. So your
forth.
argument to the difference between black and white women is that there's a large majority of multicultural children?
No.
Okay.
You're misquoting what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the statistics aren't quite as accurate. There's like the standard of deviation within what they do for the polls of the percentages it's a higher rate of inaccuracy because of the fact that multicultural is not included in that. My kids,
okay, so what do you think the
as
percentages?
an example, my kids are both black and white.
What do you think the percentages?
I would say it's probably pretty 50-50.
So you think, hold on, you're telling me you truly believe that 50% of the United States is African American?
No.
At least half?
Only in the gene pool of comparing black to white. It's I don't know. I really don't honestly know.
I think Honcho looked up the answer. Can you tell us the answer, Honcho?
Honcho, give me the answer, please.
Okay, we're talking about non-Hispanic whites, right? Because that's the only thing I see anyway. This is the only stat I got for you. So it says currently, well, I guess the last recorded one was in 2017. White was 60.6% of the population.
Okay.
Oh, so I was dead on. So you're and what was black? What was African American?
It doesn't show African American. It just shows non-white as the alternative option, and it's like 39.4%. So.
And that includes Hispanic and everybody else. And I believe the last time I looked at it, black African American was like 12.5 or 13%. So you're telling me, you calling in and being like, oh, us white women have the same problem when you have 60% of the. You have 60% of the population that you, like, even if you take that number away, split it in half, you have 30% of the population to choose from, where black women maybe have 6%. How is your problem even close to the same? Every time there's a cultural issue, you seem to call in and you have like this thing where it's like, I don't mean to offend people, but white people have the same problem, and they never do. It's never even close.
Okay, hold on. You've made a statement. Let me have a response to this. First of all, in this particular group, I am a minority. Do you understand that?
You mean in the 35 people that are in the den right now?
In the average of what the den holds, I am actually a minority, not a majority person.
By choice.
You even recognize that?
Yeah, by choice.
Huh?
Yes, by choice. You choose to be here. Like 13% of the country doesn't choose to be. But yeah, okay.
So the thing is that it's no different me coming into a culture that I'm not the majority in. Why wouldn't I be sensitive to somebody else's needs?
No, I have no problem with you being sensitive to somebody else's needs.
And that's
what
I'm
I'm
trying
saying
to do.
Is you compare your issues to black and minority issues when they're not the same.
Okay, well,
I get that white people can
have
problems. No, hold on. I understand white people can have problems. I get that.
Okay,
everybody in the world can have problems, but statistically, yours are a lot less than most.
Okay, first of all, that is very disvalidating on one level. Second of all, the only experience I have is being white. I don't have a black experience because I'm not black. I don't have a Mexican
but you compare
experience.
It to that.
Hold on. The only experience I can give is being white. I can't give something for another culture that I'm not.
Agreed. So why do you compare it to black culture?
I am giving my version of what I know in my experience. That may not lay out correctly, but that's all that I've ever given.
But that's what I'm asking you. Why do you compare it to
it's
black
not
culture?
so much a comparison.
It's just so
much as my journey is different than somebody else's.
Before I told Honcho to call me, the only reason I told him to call me is because literally that's what you did tonight. Literally, word for word. You said, well, I know I want to be really sensitive about this, but white women have the same problem black women have. No, you don't. Not even close. I'm not black and I can see that.
Okay, you're also not a woman. So how can you tell me you know what my experience is not being female?
Because the statistics don't care about what gender or race
no. We're not talking about statistics. We're talking about experience. And there is a difference.
Exactly.
You're trying to tell me that you know what a female experience
America
is?
cannot compare. No, see, now it's a gender thing. It's not a gender thing. White America.
Well, no, it is because I'm female and I'm coming from my female experience.
Oh, so now you're playing the woman card. I get that you're a woman.
I'm playing the card that I was given.
You have
I'm working
60%
with what I
of the population to choose from.
So you're trying
black
to validate who I am and what I am because of why?
No, you can play the poor me. What I'm asking you
I'm
is
not.
why
I
do
have
you
no
always
problem with who
compare?
I am.
Why do you always compare yourself to a black woman when the vast majority of the time they've had a way different situation than you? But for some reason, you want to compare yourself like you guys are the same.
My experience is mine.
I mean,
their experience is theirs. There is no comparison.
Ashley called in originally in this whole debate thing, and she was trying to ask you these same questions, but she didn't ask them the same way I did, and she's way nicer than I am, so she doesn't get to the point like I do. But Ashley had the same problem in the fact that you always call in and you're like, oh, I know black people have this problem, but white people do too. No, they don't. That's not real.
Okay, wait a minute. So you're saying we actually, as white people, have no problems? Are you delusional?
No, who said that?
You just did. By telling me that my problems aren't having value, then obviously I don't have any.
The fact that you have, when you're saying, oh, white men are this and white men are that, it's way different than when you're comparing them to the vast majority of black men that are getting arrested and put in jail. So you have a way smaller group of black men to choose from.
White men don't get arrested and put in jail?
Not in the percentages black men do. Not even close.
So why does it have to be a percentage? Why can't it be an individual thing?
Because the white people are the vast majority. Why do you have to use
statistics? Because the thing is not everything is about statistics.
When you're talking about 10 million people versus 300,000, you can't use it person for person.
Okay, so it's the same thing when you live in a big city. When you live in a big city,
the only people that do are people that are trying to prove themselves that, I'm being this is morally true. No, it's not.
Maybe to you it's not, but that's not your experience. That's mine, and I'm owning that.
That's the country's experience.
Bullshit. I am owning who I am in my experience.
No, I get that that's your experience, and I feel bad that if you had a hard time in life, that sucks. I feel bad for you. What I'm saying
I don't need your pity. Thank
you.
I am fine without it.
Well, but you call into the den for it. But what I'm saying is the vast majority of white people have a different experience in life than black people. But for some odd reason, you come into the den and you want to compare the two. You're like, I know black people have this problem, but white people do too. Well, maybe one.
So I'm an ignorant ass because I acknowledge that other cultures have issues?
No, what I'm saying is that it's nowhere near the same thing, and for some reason you want to make them the same thing.
All I'm feeling and all I'm hearing is you trying to disvalue what I'm trying to do, and that's very hurtful and that's very personal.
I don't care what you're trying to do.
That's right.
I don't
That's
care.
why you're an asshole. Because you don't care. Because the fact is you're not giving benefit of the doubt the fact that other people have issues, and that is personal. And it's not just race and my being sensitive to somebody else's culture. That's pretty fucked up on your part.
No, what I'm saying is that it's nowhere near the same
to other
thing.
Cultures.
It's not the same thing.
I'm not apologetic. I'm owning who I am. And I'm kind of like, who the fuck do you think you are?
So by you comparing a black experience to a white experience,
there is no comparison.
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Is less sensitive than what you do. It's less sensitive to compare yourself to black women than for me to say it's not the same thing. Do you understand that? Does that make sense?
No, actually I don't, because I felt attacked on the fact that I'm female and the fact that my experiences are different than black women, but we're both female, so we both have experiences, which you're not, but you're trying to say that for some reason, because I'm white, it's not. I just really don't understand you.
Let's forget about the female thing, and let's talk about any of the 10 other times you've called in and been like, well, I go through the same thing black people go through. Any of the other, take your pick, and we can use that instead of a female thing. But what I'm saying is, it's way more offensive for you to be like, I'm trying to be sensitive, but I have the same issues you do, than for me to say it's not the same thing.
Okay, so my question is it's not okay to look at it on a human level? Everything has to be cultural?
Everything is cultural. We live in a cultural world.
No, it's not. No, that's the thing that you're not understanding.
So explain to me how it's not.
No. That's the thing. That's the thing that you don't understand about me. I don't look at color. I try really hard not to put color in as a factor when human beings fuck up beyond recognition.
That's a great thing. That's what people should do. But that's not.
And that's the point that you're not giving me a goddamn ounce of credit for, and that pisses me off, and that's just validating.
No, the fact that that's all you hear is what's crazy to me. You don't seem to understand that comparing yourself to somebody who is a minority, who's had to deal with way different issues than you have, is offensive. Like, you don't understand.
Everybody has individual issues that are not comparative value with other people. Sometimes all you want to do is connect with another human being. And if that's wrong, then that's pretty fucking sad.
No, it's fine if you say, hey, I have a problem with not being able to find a good man in my town. Is way different than saying, black women have that problem, so do white women. That's way different.
Statistically speaking, there are issues within white culture that make men unavailable because of reasons.
Hold on. So you made that claim. I didn't. You made that claim.
That's right.
Didn't. What statistic out there shows that black women have the same problem white women have. Name
Why does
one.
it have to be? Okay, excuse me. Wait a minute. And I guess this
You
is
said
where
it.
the point is. Wait a minute. I have never said exactly the same. There are issues.
Even close.
Excuse me. There are issues that African American black women go through that white women go through.
Name one.
No one particular case is ever exactly like another. They're all individual.
Okay. Name one statistic that's close.
I have no idea. I didn't look at statistics.
But then why did you say that?
Why do I have to quantify it to you?
Because you said
I have
it.
lived
You
a
said
lot of
statistically
life knowing
white
that
women. No, you said statistically white women go through the same problem back. There's some that are similar to black women. Well, name one.
it's not always comparative to black women.
Okay, to any other woman, any cultural woman.
How about the fact that there's a high percentage of white men that are gay? How about the fact that there's a white
What's the
there's a
percentage?
I don't know. I know
But
these
that's
are
what
things
I'm
that
saying.
make.
You're just
I'm
saying
looking at.
things. You're just saying, oh, white women have this problem. No, they don't. You can't just say things and expect
so you're telling
everybody
me
to
it's
be
not
like.
a real thing that white men are in jail? You're not telling me it's a real thing that
No, I'm
white
saying
men are
the
gay?
percentage. The percentage of white men that are in jail compared to black men is way smaller.
Whether or not
Way
it's small. Okay,
smaller.
wait a minute. If you're looking at it like that, there are towns, and you know this as well, living in different parts of the country that you do, that the smaller the population that you go, the higher rate of one particular culture you're going to have. Correct? The bigger the populace, the more multicultural you're going to get. Correct? Can you tell me all
Sure.
the percentages of those?
I don't know what that has to do with our conversation, but if you,
It was
I
a
can look
point
it up.
It was a point that you brought up earlier about living in a large town versus living in a small town.
What does that have to do with you comparing your plight to black women?
My point is why do you feel it's your responsibility to take the flag for women when you're male?
I don't
Are you a
care
feminist?
about the flag for women. Like I said, we could choose any of the 10 things you call in, and you're like, oh, poor white people. What I'm saying is the same thing that bothers me bothered Ashley.
First of all, it wasn't for
You
victimization.
always
It was the
compare.
fact that there are struggles looking at it on the other side of the coin. It doesn't mean that these are real struggles that some people have to deal with. Right now, I'm not even dating, so it's even a non-issue at this point.
Why do you keep going back to the women thing? It's anything that you talk about, you always call in.
So it sounds
We
like
could pull
you
up
have a
any dad.
problem with me with no matter what I say or what I do. And
No,
in all
if you
honesty,
called in and you were like, oh, I have a problem dating, that would be way different than you calling in and being like, oh, white women have the same problem dating black women have. That's different. Do you see how that's different?
I suppose it is. I'm just really not up for this. And I'm going to agree to disagree with you.
Oh, that's fine. I think we should have
I think we should agree to disagree on this. Because it's really hard for me not to take personal, because this is the second person that's called in and been specific about this. So this is something that I need to deal with.
Ms. Bell, I don't have a problem with you as a person. I think you're a kind enough person. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to explain to you what you do that sometimes comes off offensive. I think you're a really nice person most of the time. You always ask people how their day are. You say, hey, how's it going? How's your family? Blah, blah, blah. You're not like a mean or a malicious person. What I'm saying is what you do is offensive, and I don't think you realize it's offensive to people.
You don't think it's offensive every time I hear the black women talk about the white women taking their men? It's very offensive
But that
to
happens.
me.
But that's real.
You're right. But obviously, I don't always feel like I have a voice that I can say that. Because I feel like sometimes I am the minority in this particular group.
No, you are the minority. What I'm saying is...
That's the point. That's exactly the point.
If the majority of people...
That's exactly the point.
It's not the point. What I'm saying
actually,
is...
it is the point.
we'll do this. I
As you
understand.
wait a
what you're
minute.
saying.
Let me say something. Let me say
Okay.
something, and maybe this might clear some of it up. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been the minority?
Yes, I'm literally
Okay,
the minority.
and when you were in those minority situations, did you cautiously walk on eggshells so that you didn't offend people, even though sometimes you may have?
Have you heard me in the den? The vast majority. Here's the hard part, Miss Bell. And let me explain. You asked me a question.
You asked me. I tried to let you finish. Please let me finish. There are some places that you try to be considerate of other people's feelings. And that being said, I'm sorry, I'm hearing my voice in the background, and it's kind of hard for me to think.
No, you're good.
And as a comparison, I am sure every person in this room has been in this situation when they've been the minority in the room, wherever they were.
Because
and they tend to
to
try to tone their language and to be who they are, yet you still make a choice to say things with caution and not to be offensive to others.
Okay,
and it's
so
not
I
always
understand what you're
easy.
saying.
It's not always easy walking on eggshells and not offending another culture because you're the minority.
I get what you're saying. So let me tell you this real quick before Honcho jumps in, because I could tell Honcho's dying to end this call. But everybody in the stream is, besides like Heidi and you, are the minority. We all know what it feels like to be the minority. So what I'm saying is...
Yeah, but what you just said to me made me feel very invalidated about who I was as a person, because I was trying to validate who I am, even though I am a minority. That became
and
personal.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it's not like I hate Belle. She's a KKK member. I'm not saying anything like that. What I'm saying is, no, I know. What I'm saying is that what you don't see coming from a person who's never been the minority before is that when you compare yourself to the minority class, you can be offensive. Saying, we have the same problem you have can be offensive.
Let me ask you a question then. So is that considered, is it like it's not reverse racism, because racism is racism. No. But being on the other side of the coin, it's not easy. And I'm trying to navigate this and try to be as sensitive as I can.
So if you called in and you said, "Hey, I have a problem finding men too," what I don't understand is why you make everything racial. Where you could just say, "Hey, as a woman, I have the same problem you have as a woman."
Because the thing is that I that's who I am. I am white. I don't try to be something I'm not. I never have.
But you don't hear Rashida or any of these other women call in and be like, because I'm a black woman.
Oh, yes, I have. There have been a few. Let me tell you, and there have been in the stream. Oh, yes, there have. There are women that are pro-black.
I haven't been in every stream, but I haven't heard Kay Grace or Miss Meat call in and be like, "You know what? People hate me because I'm a black woman."
No, you ain't been listening to Miss Meat then.
They might call in and say people hate me because I'm a woman.
I'm sure that they've had not so nice experiences in life.
Well, what I'm saying, I think you're a nice enough person, Miss Bell. But when you compare yourself to minorities, it's offensive because it's different. That's all I'm telling you. You could take that and ignore it completely, but I think that's the vast majority of what you say when people just roll their eyes and like, it's Miss Bella, she's going to compare herself to black people again. Like, it's just different.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do here, all right? And I want to chime in on a couple of things. Okay. where do I start here? And not that Big M is wrong. I don't think anything he said is wrong. But what I would suggest, and this is my thoughts to Miss Bell, and sometimes you notice when you call in, I say just let it loose. Don't worry about who you're offending or anything like that. That's kind of the thing about the den. Regardless of what people, because here's the thing, when people have a decision or a thought about you, they're going to run with it no matter what. So if you have people in here who are not keen on the white experience, no matter what you say, they're not going to care. No matter how you validate, no matter how you do whatever. People who are cool with you are going to be cool with you no matter what. And so that's why I always suggest, man, just whatever's on your mind, don't worry about who you may offend or may not offend. This is the den. And the thing is to speak your honest to God feelings. Now, but at the same time, the perspective that Big M gave, it's a relatable perspective that many people have. And so I'm not saying that he's wrong. I'm not saying that Miss Bell is wrong, because I know Miss Bell does make a concerted effort to try to not to step on their toes, to walk on eggshells. But usually when you end up walking on eggshells, it ends up, somebody's going to find a way, one way or another, to feel a particular way about it. So that's why I say, man, look, kick the whole fucking carton of eggs over, stomp on the fucking chicken. It just be who you are, however you truly honestly feel, because no matter what you say or do, people are going to either take it as pandering or, some type of, like I say, with the situation, comparison or whatever it may be. So my deal would be just like, hey, if you feel whatever, don't worry about the words, don't mention words, just speak your piece. But here's the thing I want to get down to, because I think this is what it initially started as, that there was a belief that there was a little disliking between you and Big M. Now, this conversation has gone to some depths I didn't expect it to go, so I don't know if that is the case now, or if it never was the case, or if we're on amicable terms, or where we're at right now. But I just want to know where we are. How do
stop playing like you don't do the same thing, bro.
What do I do? I do nothing. I love everybody.
You do the exact. Bro, you hate Mexicans in your heart of hearts.
Oh,
you just try and placate.
I can't. I hate niggas more than I hate Mexicans. Goddammit. I love everybody, man. Like I said,
I have no problem with Miss Bell on a personal level. I think she's a nice enough person. The only thing that bugged me is what I expressed, and now that it's done, I have zero. If I was in whatever,
I'm glad you feel better. I really am. I am so glad you feel better.
Well, see, we're on the same page now. Whatever town in the Midwest or Northeast or wherever Miss Bell's from, I would buy her a beer. And her husband. I don't know if you're married. I don't know your situation.
I'm actually a widow.
That's it's unfortunate. I would buy you and whoever else a beer, and we could have a drink, because all Denfolk usually get along, except for Heidi, because she's a huge piece of shit. But I get along with everybody. So everybody's good with me. I have no problems on a personal level with Miss Bell.
Okay. And Miss Bell, how do you feel?
I'm dealing with it.
Okay.
See what I mean? She hates me for some weird reason, but I would probably throw beer in your face, Honcho.
You assume far too much. It's not about you.
I would throw beer in your face.
It's not about
Honcho.
you. You assume far too much, and you take too much credit for that. I'm dealing with what I heard. I'm trying to digest the conversation that I had to make some choices, and maybe I might make some changes.
I think you're a good person for doing that, Miss Bell.
If it was me, Miss Bell, I wouldn't change for none of these niggas. I'd be the same Miss Bell that I want to be. I wouldn't change for not a nail one of y'all. But go ahead. I'm sorry, that big.
Well, like I said,
Brandon has the strongest hat game in the room. Just throwing that out there.
Who has the what?
Brandon has the strongest hat game in the room. He throws those hats on him. Strongest hat game in the room.
And crazy hats. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
And I know it wasn't an intentional personal attack, but it left me vulnerable, to be honest.
Well,
I don't think you're. Hold on. I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're a
understand
great person.
That. No, I understand that.
And the intent of the conversation was to make you think about how you call in and how you say things sometimes. And I've had to have people call me and check me and tell me, hey, you're acting up, you're doing something wrong. But that's what people that are friends in like small groups do for each other. Is
Right,
when they're
but the
doing
thing
something
is,
wrong, you check them.
you jumped to the conclusion that I hated you. I just jumped to the conclusion that you were being immature.
I think everybody in the room thought you disliked me. People defended me when you would say things because they thought you disliked me.
Sometimes you took things a little far, and people made their own choices. I've never said anything to anybody else. And I will honestly say that.
It's good.
I still want to know
because
the name.
I have never said anything to anybody else. However, sometimes
Honcho calls me a Mexican all the time, and that's super offensive. But he doesn't care.
But the thing is that's between you and Honcho. And I never took it to anybody in the den. They decided that you were over the edge, so they brought it to you. I didn't say anything. I've told you you were immature.
I agree. I think that this conversation is pretty much done. We know that Miss Bell and me might get along at some point, maybe not. Honcho's a racist piece, and Brandon has the strongest hat game in the room.
This is true. I am a bit racist. The one last thing, big man. What? Text me the name when this phone call is over with, because this has been bothering.
Rashida hates me. It's Rashida. It's Rashida. If you don't know that, Rashida hates me with a passion.
Oh, well, you mentioned.
I can see why.
Because you said Rashida earlier when you were talking about you never hear Rashida call. So I didn't think that was it. So at first I was thinking that, but then I was like, well, he said her name earlier, so maybe that's not it. Okay. So we'll go from there. Well, here's the deal. Hopefully that, there is some resolve and some understanding, or whatever is needed to be gotten off of our chest has been expressed this evening, and that that we can go forward from this, and if we will figure it out.
I'm real glad. I hope, Big M, I hope you feel so much better about yourself. I'm really glad you did that for you.
All right, Bill. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, both of you, thank you for calling. Now, I see a lot of people want to call in and speak with Miss Bell. We're going to let that one ride. As far if you want to call in, you have something you want to say to add to the conversation. But I think Miss Bell has had it tough enough. That was a good chunk of time. So we'll hold off on that. But if you want to address the call, I will put the poll up here in just a second, and we'll take the votes on it. But who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey man, it's Solis.
Solis, how are you? How are you doing, Mr. Solis?
I'm doing all right, man. I just really wanted to ask the question of this girl. Like, I wasn't trying to come at her, but I just want to ask her because she had said something about the statistics of being mixed people or whatever, and so I just wanted to ask her like a legit question, like if she does her part of the family consider her kid white? Like that's really what I wanted to know. If she could answer that, that would be good.
Okay. Well, if she's still in the comment section or the chat, then maybe she will answer that. But I think the general idea is usually, and I'm assuming that this goes well even from the mixed children born in the white families that I know, they generally consider them black. But I mean, that's just me making an assumption. So, but okay. Well, if she's in the chat, we'll find out. Shelly, that's bull. Look, Shelly, you've been on some. Look, I'm finna beef with Shelly tonight. That's what's finna happen here in just a second. But okay. Anything else you want to add to that, Mr. Solis?
Oh no, man. Oh, I just feel like, have you been seeing a lot of people being missing lately? That's what I really wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I've been seeing. Man, I've been seeing a lot of these videos with the white vans and the missing people and. I don't know, man. We'll get on that. We'll talk about that real soon. We'll save that for a topic coming up real soon. Matter of fact, let me jot something down because there's two other topics someone sent me I'm supposed to talk about. But yeah, we'll talk about the missing things. I've been seeing a lot of these videos with the regarding sex trafficking and things like that. And I'm gonna be honest, the first person to ever really bring up sex trafficking on like a major level here. Damn it, Lee. Lee would talk about this way back in the Gap And, you know, people were just, oh, you know, it's not that big. Now it just seems, look, Lee was ahead of the game. Y'all used to be trying to clown and cap. Lee was trying to put y'all on some shit. And now it's everything's in the news that there's some type of sex trafficking story. So, but we'll talk about that. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to jot it down right now. And I'm going to add it to the list. Sex trafficking and missing people. We'll talk about that here in the near future.
Well, I could say a lot of local stories that's been happening around here, just in North Texas. Like, it's kind of interesting, man. Well, no, man, that's all I really had.
All right.
I guess whoever calls in bullshit some more.
All right. Well, that's a bit, Miss Solisa. I appreciate your call.
Oh, no problem, man.
All right. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey, Honcho, it's Misty. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Miss Misty. How are you this evening?
Well, I'm doing good. I came to some realizations, in here tonight. It's just been very, very enlightening. I figured out that, I think my situation, being whatever Miss Bell said, minority, since I'm a white lady, I guess. Mm-hmm. I think mine is different. It seems to me that all of the men in the den want me. I mean, I don't know what it is, but then this problem is, I turned them all down because your thing about a farm and raising kids and going to the farm and all that, I was like, well, hell, I'll just leave him because the dark guys, those are great with me. The dreads, those are great. And the farm and running the den and raising the kids and stuff. I mean, getting married and all that. I mean, that would be right up my alley. That would be, that'd be great. That'd be the best thing that could ever happen. Except
Joshua Lamille donated $2 through
thing,
Super Chat. Aren't bulldogs white? Man shrugging.
Yeah, and I know you're just attracted to the black women, so I don't know how that would work out.
And there's an additional factor that goes into that, Miss Misty. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want your husband to kill me. I know how these things happen. He might be angry if he got a good thing going on, and then he may want that, and I might just be a innocent victim in a love triangle. Then what happens?
Yeah, that's true. But no, really, Rashida did, on a real note though, Miss Rashida did say something the other night that does make sense, and then in a way it kind of doesn't, and I was going to ask her about that. That was one thing I wanted to ask her, but she does seem kind of mean, so I don't know.
What they say, when you go to jail, you're supposed to drop the toughest nigga you see. Say if you want that smoke. I mean, Rashida, if you in the chat, let me know. We can make it happen. But here's what I got. Here's my thing for all of the people who feel like minorities in the den. Y'all gotta use your minority privilege. You gotta flip the script, right? Because see, this is like the black privilege that that you have in America, is you have the right to say whatever the fuck you want to say, and there's no real repercussions. You can say whatever you want to about anybody. You can say anything, and there's no real repercussions to it. So in the den, you got to leverage that same privilege. You got to leverage that same ability. So like I say, my thing is, don't ever be afraid to step on anybody. Like that's the whole thing. It's like being as honest and 100% as possible, because that's how we come to an understanding. That's how we come to learn. If we're being dishonest with one another, we may be believing something that is not accurate, but being 100%, that we can have these discussions. Do you accept the call, Miss Rashid? I will dial you up if that is the case. I think this would be. I would definitely explain to her about it. It was just one thing. It is not really like a bad, like a horrible bad thing, but I'm sure she's gonna get me good. But that's okay. I mean, if she'll talk,
go ahead and get it talked about.
All right. Give me one moment, and let me see which. I know. I got Rashida number. I've been trying to get a side man sandwich for I don't know how long. She blocked me and shit. You know, it's all good. I still got love for Miss Rashida.
Oh goodness.
Let me see. Give me one moment. I'm gonna put you on hold here just a second, Miss Misty, and then we will get this conversation started. 1 second. What? Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? That's the only thing about this here setup. I think I actually hung up on Miss Misty, so I'm gonna call her back and we're gonna get it all together here because it just jumped out like it just canceled the whole dilly dally. All right, give me 1 second because I accidentally it's not even in the list. Give me 1 second because I did not intend to do that. And if a bitch just started fucking all the way over on my bitch ass. Let me see where we at. Okay, here we go. Oh, stupid ass me. All right. Give me 1 second. Let's try this again. All right. First, we'll do this. This bitch still fucking, it might still have it. Here's the deal. I don't know if Miss Misty, if you're still waiting on the line, if you're listening or not, but might have to hang up and then call it back because for some reason it's doing something. It's doing some odd shit. But while we are doing that, let's do it like this. There's too much going on, goddamn. Trying to do this shit the easy way, the most convenient way possible. For some reason, it just hung up, and then now I'm saying the dilly dally is tripping. I'll dial up Miss Rashida and see if we can get Miss Misty back on the line. There's a bunch of crazy shit happening right now. What the fuck are you talking about? The fucking, oh my god. All right, give me a second. I gotta close all this shit. I see, this is the only thing, like I said, this is the only thing I liked about the other service. It didn't give me these kind of problems, but the noise was just too much. It's fucking all the ringing during all the fucking streams and, yeah, close that out. Let me reboot this bitch. Appreciate the love, just Sarah, Josh, Shonda. Anybody I may have missed, Tahil earlier. Let's try this all again. Let me see, where are we at? All right. Let's go, let's try this shit all over again. All right, I think, all right, let's try this here. What the fuck what are you talking about? Now it's talking about something's fucking busy, but nobody's on the fucking, I don't know. Like I said, it's showing like something is still fucking busy. I don't even have any calls up. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But it's frustrating, I do know that. Let's try maybe having to turn it off and Turn the thing back on. Terrible stuff. Let me try signing out and fucking logging back in. This is bullshit. I'm super mad now. Right when things are going to get interesting. Oh man. Oh yes, I will be sure to post that up.
Just Sarah donated $2 through Super Chat. Don't forget the you finna get dragged picture.
What the fuck is talking about? I don't again, like I said, I don't know. Now I'm fucking annoyed. That'll be fucked up if that's how we have to end our call tonight when things were just getting good. Is anybody on hold or anything like right now? Has anybody called in and it's just got you on hold or anything of that sort? Because I'm trying to figure out what's happening at the moment, and send me some bullshit about the web effect, but like I said, I don't know if anybody's still waiting on the line or what. So it is what it is. How do you never write about anything? Man. All right. There it is. Hello.
Hey, I think I got disconnected or something.
Yeah. It hung up when I was trying to call. Like it logged me out and everything. Hold on just 1 second. I'll connect the other call and then we'll make it happen. Hopefully I won't hang up on you this time. 1 second.
Okay.
All right, let's do it like this. Hello, Miss Rashida. Give me 1 second while we go merge these calls real quick. Ladies, are we both here?
I'm here. What's up?
Hey, Miss Rashida. It really wasn't anything bad. I mean, you might.
Hold on. I can't hear you. Okay, let me hear. You talk too fast. I can slow it down. What's up?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Hold on. Can you hear now?
Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It was just like the other day, you know, when you said, you had said something about, like, you said, well, I'm tired.
You coming across a little squeaky. Can you cut the volume down or something a little bit on your phone?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I can. Okay, so the other day, I think it was the other night, whenever it was, you said, you know, that you said something about, I was always saying something about raising a black man, you know, or something, you know, when I was talking about my son. Well, the reason why, you said that, you said, I'm tired at, you know, whatever my main thing is want to be, that I say something about race.
Have you been drinking? Have you been
No.
drinking? I don't recall saying that.
Yeah, it was like you said something about that you were tired of me saying something about raising a black man, like my son, because you know he's mixed or something, and.
No, ma'am. That was not me. You got to get the picture straight in the den. No, ma'am. I have never.
Oh, that wasn't you?
Exactly. That was not me. See, all black women do not look alike. See, that was not me. You got to get your picture straight.
Girl, I don't even know what you look like, though.
Well, you know what I sound like. That wasn't me.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You got to pay attention to who you type it to, because I've never said really nothing to you much in the chat, and I've never heard, spoke on anything you really said when you called me. So that was not me. But
well, I'm sorry. Well, is it okay if I just go ahead and say what I was going to say about it anyway, even though it wasn't you, just so I could straighten it out or whatever?
Go ahead. I'm nothing but polite. Go ahead. your
yes, ma'am. And I apologize about that.
Allegations against me. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry with those slanderous allegations.
I'm just playing with you.
I know. Well, anyway, the reason why, and whoever that was, maybe it was going so fast. I don't know, but no, I haven't been drinking because I was just teasing. Like, I think the dentist is fun. It just seems like it just takes, like stress kind of away. Because like I just lost my mom in September, and then my son, and all that crap. I tell y'all. But anyway, really seriously, my mom did die in September. It was bad, really, 66. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
I know it's been rough because my mama. Oh my God, my son loves my mama, and it's been really hard. And but anyway, what I was meaning when I was saying that about raising a black man, I said he really gets along better with when my mom was here, both my parents, than he does even his own grandmother and grandfather, that is on my husband's side. It's just because they have different, like, I don't know, my parents are always like, they've been like, Trey's whole life, they go pick him up, come here and pick him up and spend time with him and do, everything. And so he's enjoyed that. But then, it'll be like 1 minute, I'll have, it's not that I'm ignoring the white side, at all. It's, at all, because, he has all of that. He's got my sister, my brother, my nieces. He's got, like, a whole family of people that love him. But what happens is he'll, he embraces both sides, because, like, one day I'll get in the car, and he'll be playing country music or whatever, and then the next time you get in the car and he's playing Lil Brassy and Boosie and all these folks I got to keep up with and try to listen to, well, not now, but, before, like, all these folks, I can try to, like, make sure that, and that I'm singing on more than he is, and, but anyway, but no, I had a thing that happened that, it scared me.
You the one outside in the wind. That is not my phone.
Huh?
I said, I was telling them you the one outside in the wind because there's a lot of wind blowing, a tornado or something in the wind.
Oh, you know what? I bet you that's that fan thing, because, like, it's so hot. I gotta turn that thing off. It feels like I'm running out in the wind.
Yeah.
No, I'm not running out in the wind. I'm gonna turn this thing off so I can actually hear you right, because I had a little fan thing on. I get hot all the time.
And I thought anyway, was
basically all I was saying is that one night on the way home, Trey got stopped, and I did tell him some things, and my mom did too, and all of this is like I think Prepaid said that, and other people. It's a protection type thing, and you can't really ignore that. And that is a thing that black men have to deal with all the time, is prejudice type things that do happen if they get stopped for whatever. So my son got stopped on his way home from school, like night school, whatever. And he had the music playing, and he had his clothes on with his pants hanging a little bit lower than what I tell him, boy, get your pants up and that kind of thing, but he did do what I said. He put his hands on the steering wheel and he kept them there, and he did his usual thing that he always does. He's always like I've never been, which Trey would be knocked back through the wall if he ever did that to me. I've never been a bitch. I've never been I hate you or nothing like that. It's full respect or nothing in this house. But basically, he respected the guy and, things, whatever. And then he's like, the officer was like, aren't you such and such or something or whatever, and all that. And then the officer like said something to me like, when I saw him, I said, you stopped my son or whatever. He was like, yeah, but that didn't look like your son or anything from like the last time I saw him. Just 'cause Trey had like the fade and his hair's curly and it's grown out and he was dressed, and he has a little chain on, his music was on and stuff like that. I mean, people are so judgmental, so that's the reason why I mentioned it. I know it wasn't you that said that, but that's the reason why I said, that I felt like I was raising a black man,
Okay, Mister,
or
we
like.
have the person who apparently said that, and they said that they would like to get in on the conversation. I believe it was Mr. B for real. Would you like to be able to have this conversation directly? We can currently add him to a call if you would like to address him directly.
Oh, sure. And I'm sorry, Mr. Sheeta, that I was thinking it was you.
That's okay.
Yes, ma'am. You're very sweet.
Give me one moment.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are a nice person, though. I don't care what they say. You're so silly.
Very honest with you.
You're silly.
I was gonna eat your ass up. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It was an honest mistake. So I'm gonna let you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all have a good evening. You hear?
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
I want that side man sandwich. Goddamn it! I see. You see, that's out there. Can't even get nothing for Thanksgiving. That's a tough world we living in. I thought we was friends.
Now if you was in Chicago, I would hook you up with a place.
All right, well, I'm on the way. After the den, I'm finna start driving.
Hey, Rashida, Trey is in Chicago at that boot camp thing. Can you go over there and make sure he's okay?
Hey,
now I know you've been smoking. So you been smoking that good stuff, don't you? I don't know your son.
You give one of them side man sandwiches.
No, I'm just playing.
You give one of them side man sandwiches, you're gonna have a new member in the family.
Where he at? Where is he?
Put the on hold. Oh. Yes, Mr. Broderick, give me one moment, please. All right, are we available here? Is everyone here?
I'm here.
Okay. Mr. Broderick, are you there?
Oh, God.
Wink, kiss my ass.
No, I don't lick those. I don't do none of that stuff that prepaid does or nothing like that. I don't do none of that. Feet miss. I don't do none of that. Butt miss. I don't do none of that stuff.
Broderick,
No.
you missed a classic earlier. You have to go back and listen to that, but you missed a lot earlier. The conversation between prepaid and Trill. It was very informative. You definitely got to check that out.
Yes, it was very informative. Feet, butts, and all.
Let me clarify something real quick. Get off my boy prepaid. That wasn't prepaid.
I know that. I'm just teasing. I know. The feet guy was Trill. I know. And then they both said they didn't do the butt thing, and I'm so glad because I just don't think anybody should do the butt thing. Being a nurse, that whole butt thing is E. coli. Prepaid is definitely right on that. Their butt is full of E. coli. That is sick.
Yeah, I don't know too much about that subject, and I stay out of butts myself. But anyway, here's my thing, and I heard you the other night, and it just drove me fucking nuts. I can't. I mean, I can't put it any other way. When you were talking about how you were raising your black son, and you have to raise your black man this way, or whatever the case may be, and I just have a serious issue with white black apologists. You know what I mean? And then you just said something a little bit earlier about your son getting pulled over and, this is their reality and all of that type of shit. I have a serious problem with that because, for one, here's the thing. That is not the reality for all black men in America. And I wish people quit saying that bullshit. It's not every black man's reality that they have to deal with the law a different way than, white people do.
And the fact that you're raising a child that's half white and half black is almost like you're telling him that the black side of himself is lesser than the white side of himself, and then you're ignoring the white side. You
Oh
know,
no, 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 no.
I mean,
No,
please explain that to me because, and
he
then I heard
has
you
all
saying
of his
something
white
about,
family, huh?
I have black friends and all of this kind of stuff, which is the
No,
worst
no,
thing.
no. It ain't got nothing to do with having black friends. I have black nieces, nephews, mixed
I
people
mean,
all in my
but
family. I mean, my
that's
husband's
the
black.
thing
I
I'm
mean, my
saying.
son's mixed. I mean, what else you want? You
Okay,
know?
but that's what I'm saying. Who cares about all of that? Why does that even matter? Why does that matter?
I guess because of the conversation that they were talking about when they were talking about the black and white thing and the differences and some of the stuff. That's one of the reasons why I think I brought up something about. I don't know. I brought up something about how people, how people are treated different, or I can't remember exactly how it went. Really, I don't really remember.
Okay, so do you feel like you have to raise your half black son a different way?
Yes.
Okay, please explain
Because
why.
it is in my mind, and nobody can change my mind about that I do feel like that there are a lot of white men, and I'm not saying all of them or even but there are quite a bit, and let me tell you, I hear it. I'm a registered nurse, and I go in sometimes, and because I am white, and you hear me talking just like I am right now, I'm just a little country girl from Alabama. You hear me talking. I go in a room somewhere, and I'm pulling out my medications, and you know what? The first thing that happens is one of the white women will come in and say, "Well, you won't believe what one of the new nurses, because there's such a high turnover of nurses. One's always quitting, and someone else is always starting. So people always just assume something about you. They may assume something about you because you're black, or assume something about you because you're white, or, just anything. So, of course, a lot of people just assume that maybe I'm not married to somebody black. And so, of course, that's what happened with this lady named Linda. She assumed that, I was just open to listening to whatever racism thing that she wanted to say. So she started talking about a lady that was out there that I really have a lot of respect for, that's a nurse, and she was saying, that in I was having, I said, wait a minute. First of all, I don't I don't do that. I said, I respect everyone. And I said, you are not going to talk about any races, being different because you think that this, whatever, and the other, and the third, and all those different things, You know what I'm saying, without having to go
All
all
right,
into the conversation and crap stuff she was
okay.
saying. But,
Let me stop you for a second and ask you a question. Do
oh, yeah, she
you
was really just thinking that I was going to be all for the
hold
racist
on,
type conversation. I
hold
mean,
on?
she was saying the N
I
word,
see what
but
you're
with the
saying.
ER.
I understand what you're saying. Do you
Yeah.
at times go out of your way to let others know that you are not racist?
Do I do that sometimes?
Do you go out of your way to let someone know that you're not racist?
No. Maybe it might appear like that in here, but like at my job, or which, I mean, all of my friends, I mean, I've been married like Lord, 20, I can't even think. Anyway, it's been over 20. It's been like right over 20 years. But
See, it
so
sounds like to me, it sounds like to me that you at times will go out of your way just to seem like you are not prejudiced. And I believe that that's the reason why you make it known that, my sons are half black, I have black nieces and nephews. I tell my son he needs to watch out for the cops and all this other kind of stuff. But here's my thing, and this is something that, Bill needs to hear as well if she's still up. And this is how I feel about white people in general. white people, stop walking on eggshells. Say what the hell you feel. Say whatever the hell is on your mind. Be honest. Keep it real. Whatever it is, however you feel, without being afraid of someone thinking that you're racist. Hell, if you think that nigga ain't shit, well, you might not want to say it like that, but let it be known. You know what I mean? Be
I
honest.
will.
I mean,
I am. I'm very honest.
honest.
I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell. You know, I'm gonna tell you.
Stop with all the politically correct, bull crap all the time, and just say whatever's on your mind. So if them people were saying what they were saying, and you didn't want to hear that conversation, just move around. They was just keeping it real. Now you might have thought that they assumed that you were going to join in the conversation and say fuck them niggers too, but that may not have been the case. Just move around.
Right. Right.
I mean, don't go out of your way. When people go out of their way to seem like they not racist, first thing I'm going to think is that they are racist. Now, me, I really don't give a damn because it's really hard to offend me, But just look at how other people are going to take it. They're going to take it as you're not being real. You're not legit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I don't feel that I do that. That's not something that I do. But now, if somebody is going to come in the medicine,
every time you speak,
it's because we're in this.
Hearing.
Yeah, but that's because we're in the den. I'm talking about in my real life, like day-to-day life, like my work and all this kind of stuff. No, because everybody knows me, and they know I'm not going to put up with no shit, and I'm going to tell her like I told her then, and I'm going to say it because that's what's on my mind, and that's what I'm going to say. I'm like, you're talking to the wrong person about, that kind of stuff, and you need to go and talk to the manager or whatever it is about whatever problem that you have. But I'm not, I'm not your charge nurse. I'm not your whatever, I'm not your psychiatrist or whatever you want to call it, like I told her, in the nicest way possible, because I guess she can feel whatever, like you said, the hell she wants to feel, and that's fine. But I did make it clear to her that, I don't care. And a lot of people don't even know, because it's not like I go to work with a necklace on saying, Richard's black. I don't. That's how come she thought it was okay to talk to me that way.
At that point, at that particular juncture, you made it a point to grandstand when, like I said, you could have just moved around. You don't always have to put on a show to say that I'm not racist or whatever the case may be. Just move the hell around if you're not racist.
Well, you know what? The only problem with that, though, is when somebody says the word nigger. That offends me very much so.
Why does that offend you?
Because my son is half black, and he's not going to be referred to as a nigger, because he's not.
Refer to your son as a nigger?
Well, basically, when she's referring to somebody else black as that, and then my son gets stopped by a cop.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, did somebody refer to your son as a nigger?
Yes, that's happened before. Yes, and I've said something. Yes.
Okay. What about in that particular instance? In that situation you were talking to, were they referring?
I went the fuck off
as a nigger.
I went the fuck off, because don't nobody play about my son. I mean, you just don't even know. I don't even.
That's not what I asked you.
Well, okay, well, repeat it again, because I couldn't understand you. That just. Mm-mm.
I said, in that particular time, were they referring to your son as a nigger?
Yes. Yes, there was a boy at school. No, not in that particular conversation about the girl, and I told her I wasn't her psychiatrist and all that stuff. I didn't say anything about being racist then.
Okay.
Or not being racist or whatever.
Why did you take so much offense to that? See, this is the problem I have. If I'm standing next to a white person, this is something that happened to me a couple of weeks ago with my boss. Now, my boss is a white lady, and she's pretty cool, and I've been knowing her for a while. But a guy said something to me when he was leaving, and she heard something different than what I heard. She thought that he said something that was racist. I didn't hear that. He didn't say anything racist. But she took more offense to it than I did, which he didn't say anything offensive at all. But she, as a white lady standing next to this black man, felt that it was her position that she needed to be more offended than I was. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
You
I think
understand
you're
where I'm coming
mixing
from?
me up with the wrong crowd of white folks because I'm not in with
Well,
that type of a.
that's kind of what you've been putting out there every time you speak.
Yeah, but
Anytime
that's
you
in the
bring up,
den. That's not
anytime you
in
bring up,
that.
yeah, I know it's the den, but anytime you're the first one to bring up race and you're the first one to bring up, I have, a black kid named Trey and all this other kind of stuff, and I got to teach my son how to live as a black man and all the. I mean, you don't know anything about live as a black man, so how can you teach him that? And then why do we need to know all of that?
Well, because for example, if that night, that officer, and I hate to even call him an officer because I feel like that when Trey got stopped, he told me all of this scenario of everything that he saw. And, he got my son out, put him against the car, taking him for weapons, all this old crazy stuff. Really
right,
crazy
tell me
stuff.
this. Tell me this. If you
And
can,
then he
the
told me
best
if
part
I
of
had known it was your son, then it would have been okay. Now, is that not prejudice as hell? Yeah, it is. And I have a problem with that. Because I love my son, and ain't
just
nobody
for a
going to fuck
second.
with my son.
All right. I know ain't nobody gonna fool with your son, but here, tell me this: what were the actual particulars, if you could sum it up real quick, of that particular traffic stop? And what did your son say that was going on that he was doing, and what did the cop do to him?
He said that and the cop said the same thing, and that's what, backed it up. Because I thought, well, maybe Trey just, was in his feelings or whatever. I kind of thought, well, maybe that was just the thing. Trey said, Mama, sometimes I dress this way or sometimes I dress that way. It just depends on where, like if he's got to go for something, he might have a suit on or whatever. He might have his, pants, he might just be dressed casual, like, he wants to dress, whatever. So, that night he just happened to be dressed a certain way. He does have a Mustang. The wheels are a certain type of way, and these are all the things now that was pointed out to me by the cop, and he had his music loud, and he had his some of his rap music stuff.
I got it.
Okay, well
Hold
those are all okay.
You just wrapped it up for me. I got it. I know exactly what this is. Now, as his mother, I'm gonna give you some advice. This is the best advice that you should have given your son on that particular night. If this ever happens again, tell your son, if you wear a nigga uniform, expect to get treated like a nigga. Point blank, period.
And I understand that. And so so if you're talking about that and you're saying, okay, I will. I'll tell him that. That's fine. I'll tell him that. But also, when I tell him that, I'm also going to make sure that I tell him the same thing that I've been telling him, which is put your hands on the steering wheel. Don't be acting smart. You can die later from cancer or something when you're 60-something. Don't die because the officer is just so dumb, like he admitted that he was, like when he said, well, if I knew that was your son, I would have never stopped him. What the hell? He did all the prejudgments, like you said, for, being black or whatever, you just said, and, admitted all of that to me. So who's to say that he couldn't have shot my son? And then I would have killed him, and then we'd all been in prison, Oh, yeah. I'm not playing. I only have this one kid, and I love the hell out of my son.
We know you love Trey.
Yes, I love Trey, and I love Richard, too. Richard gave me Trey, and, Lord have mercy.
Oh,
I prayed for my baby because I couldn't have any other ones, and I prayed for him. And so when I finally got my son, yeah, that was the best thing. Losing my mom back in September. My mama died September 10th. She was 66 years old. I had to tube feed my mom. I had to do everything, for my mom and help my mom. And then my son would be the next worst possible thing, other than my husband, would be us after my son, but to lose, and then of course my dad, I mean, I'm not saying there's really an order, but kids are kids.
What you're saying, I'm just
yeah, I'm gonna defend my son to the end, no matter,
I'm not
if
saying that. I'm just saying be honest. Don't be afraid to say exactly what needs to be said whenever it needs to be said, no matter the situation. Stop.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not afraid to say anything I feel.
And that goes to you and any other white person. Stop walking on the eggshells around black people. Say what the hell you got to damn say, no matter what it is.
I don't walk on any eggshells with them, because half of them that I'm. Yeah, like it's just all the people that I'm.
But I disagree with you totally by saying that this is like the black man's plight. That's not true. I'm 40 years old. I've been pulled over dozens of times in my life, and I have not had any issues with the cops. Never been treated badly by the cops, and I've been to jail 3 times. I haven't had any situation where I can look back and say that cop has harassed me, that cop talk crap to me or whatever. Hell, I didn't even have the cops taking me to jail, handcuff me in the front and put me in the front seat and treat me like a damn partner or some shit just because I was respectful, and had some damn manners or whatever the case may be, and respected authority. So that's not every black man's plight. So
right, and it's not every cop. It's not every cop.
And this is something that I said the other night. Stop sending your kids out there with a chip on their shoulder, thinking that the big man boogeyman is against them and everything. Everything is against them. You selling your kids short when you do that. You know what I mean? And you have a kid that's mixed. And it's almost like I said earlier, like you're putting one side of them down while you're raising up the other.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
That's something. Well, you might not agree. Just food for thought. Just something to think about. I mean, because it's just something.
Yeah, it is. But it's just that he looks. If you actually saw him, he looks more African American or black. Whatever. I mean, it's just and I guess it's being careful. And you're right. But then, like I said, too, my son is very respectful, and I said that to you first. He's yes, sir, no, sir, all that. And that helped tremendously, with the situation. Because, unfortunately, like you, he did run into a cop that was completely prejudiced and has been known to stop other people. And some things have been held against that cop. Luckily, he hadn't shot anybody or anything like that, but there's been some things, that have happened, and then my son happened to have gotten stopped, so that already kind of puts a bad taste in Trey's mouth, because he's seen it firsthand what actually was kind of happening to him. He said, get out of the car, boy. My son said, yes, sir. He said, but, you don't have to call me boy, but yes, sir. And then that's when he said he remembered everything I said, because he started to feel a little heated, and he was like, he's just calling me boy and stuff, and it doesn't make any sense. I haven't done anything, Mama. He said he started all that, and I'm like, well, I'm glad that you stopped and you,
Let me ask you something else, and this is probably being totally judgmental, but you said something earlier about the way your son dresses. Does your son sag his pants?
Not really. I guess a little bit, but not like you would see some people all the way down, but he wears them a little bit lower, but not really, and hasn't done that in a really long time because of course now he's joined the Navy and his hair's all cut and all that stuff. So yeah, no, not anymore. But I guess the little teenage part of it. I mean, he'll be 20 next.
shit tried to start a new stream, and then I had to bring it back. So I don't know what was going on. Figure this shit out. I'm gonna go for a little while longer since it connects back to the same stream. That shit there was questionable. Yeah, the fucking shit just reset, man. All right, there we go. Like, yeah, I'll give YouTube that. That's the one plus of this new system, because the old ones, if it would fuck up, it'd start like a whole new stream. But because you have to exit out of this whole thing, like, so even if your service shuts down, I mean, your whatever program you're using, even if it shuts down, so as long as this thing is still going, I guess you can reconnect back to the same stream. So that is a plus factor. Finally, something that's a plus for this fucking new live setup that they got going on. That's some bullshit. So I apologize to Broderick and Miss Misty for the caller. Like, I don't know what happened. Fucking, I know it's raining pretty bad outside. I don't know if that had any impact or whatever to do with it, but or it was briefly. But the shit just reset out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm all under the desk looking and shit like, what the fuck is happening, Chief? So let's reset all this. But it was we've had some very interesting calls this evening. Let's see if we can reset this. Do all this shit all over again. I'll get rid of Ice Cube out the background too. But again, I appreciate all of you wonderful folks who stuck around. Yeah, we definitely declined in numbers very rapidly, but I appreciate all of you who stuck around, and we'll figure it all out. Let's see what's happening here. What the fuck happened to the chat thingy? What the fuck is going on here? See, that's what I'm saying now. Now it's doing some different shit. Now it's talking about. Alright, cool. I already did that. Get this shit out of here. Now, where's the fucking chat box? Hold on 1 second. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. Give me a second. This is bullshit. See, everything was on the up and up. I was liking how things were operating. Now it's doing some old questionable shit. Alright, cool. Let's see if we can get this back in order. But yeah, I saw a couple of things. A couple of things have been going on. I wish I did have a hotspot. Do all my dirt on they shit. Ignore that, I didn't say that. Alright, cool. So, what I will say is a couple of things have happened so far this evening, primarily. Now, we started off, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna talk about racism. We're gonna talk about racism tonight. Because what has happened is all of you minorities have been attacking the white people. We're gonna talk about sexism tonight because all of you males have been attacking the females. And the only friendly conversation that we've had this evening was between two black gentlemen, and they had to express to the black women in this conversation that there's a difference between their voices. So I'm blaming black women for all these problems. How you like that? I think all the black women left out the chat for the most part, so they ain't gonna hear none of this. So we'll be all right, y'all. Ignore that, D. You didn't hear that. Oh damn! Only one lie you hear too. So that's tough, baby. That's tough. It's a whole lot going on. It's a whole lot going on. I'm trying to catch up with y'all. What y'all all saying because I done missed a bunch. So yeah, we back in it. We back in it though. Who drove to McDonald's? What the hell are you talking about, Shelly? But everything else is live. Everything else is connected. And we good. All right. So what happened? What did you say? Rashida, what I said? Did I say something? I ain't say nothing. I was just testing. I just wanted to make sure y'all responded. To make sure y'all was all there. But yeah, nah. But it's been very interesting so far. And again, I be telling y'all, white people don't trust these niggas. They'll turn on you. I'll fuck with y'all. We gotta talk shit here. So here is the deal. Now I want to have a debate. Now I know when you say you want to get a call with Trill, and I know you said y'all was chopping up some game, but what I want to have a conversation about is something that needs to be handled. Because we're going to go just for a little while. It's almost 2. I got to get up if it's not too wet running in the morning. But I want to, since DeMarkey was especially accusing folks of things, we need to have a conversation about something we've been dealing with for quite some time. And what that is the Golden Grams Cinnamon Toast Crunch debacle debate. See, Trill tried to attempt to hit me with a blind side earlier, on the on the cinnamon toast situation. But unfortunately for him, Prepaid is also a connoisseur of the Golden Grams. So this is some beef that's been going on for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? And so we need to have a debate. 'Cause it's supposed to be a debate. We ain't been debating. Well, we had I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. We've had some debates. It's been violent. Y'all men have been bullying the women tonight, and and I don't appreciate this. You know what I'm saying? Honey Smacks. Oh, man, Honey Smacks is like that's like a bitch who tell you to come over. Say she's gonna give you some action. And you end up getting like a hand job out the deal with no spit. Like, yeah, you got some action, but it wasn't worth it. Honey Smacks that shit is like a tease. You ain't no real honey action in that shit. That shit just is missing something. I used to fuck with the frog back in the day, but it's like that's what I'm saying. It's just like that shit don't give you the full. It don't give you the full treatment that you're supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you miss. You see something's missing here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you expecting when is the taste kick in? You know what I'm saying? You get upset because that's as good as it is. Honey Smacks makes you piss well sweet. I don't know. It's Honey Smacks. I don't know, man. Honey Smacks, like I say, I was like, I had a few boxes when I was younger, and I just remembered I remember feeling disappointed. And I bought, extra boxes because you think maybe this box was stale or something. Maybe it was just not quite. It was not quite Lucky Charms with chocolate milk. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough, man. They've been mixing up a bunch of shit lately though. And I'm not talking about the one cereal with all the Pride cereal. But they've been mixing some other shit up. You know what I'm saying? They've been like what is it? It was some shit that they've been like mixing it. I guess they getting bored. I wonder if people are not buying cereal like they used to or something. You know what I'm saying? They do look like right. The shrooms that kicked in Lamel. But man, look. But you know what? But I'm telling y'all, some niggas is so wokety woke, man. That is some shit that they would tell you. Like, why you laughing? You know what I'm saying? You're like, wait, man, have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that? I'm glad you mentioned that, man. I saw some at was it HEB or was that the Wally? the major brands are trying to do they trying to do the value bag shit. You know what I'm saying? And fucking put it in the bag. They like trying to put it in the big fucking bags now. So I was looking at some shit. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck is Lucky Charms? I think they had Lucky Charms. They had they might have had some. They had like a couple of different shit. Whoa! Now that stuffing is live at 5. Cranberry sauce. I might have had cranberry sauce like once in my life, but stuffing live at 5. I can look now. Everybody's stuffing ain't good. That's the thing now. You know, everybody's stuffing ain't hitting. Because I've had some stuffing that I could have done without. But yeah, it's 50-50. But I know my grandma Boma used to make some fire ass stuffing. You're from Kansas City, Shannon. Your opinions on food are so irrelevant. You know, it just you don't even talk about that. But yeah, they had the big bags of fucking cereal in fucking like the name brand, but in the big fucking bags. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I ain't agreeing with Shannon on nothing. But I got the other shit on. See, look, people, y'all be falsely accusing me and stuff. Man, Broderick, I got a question. Cause you ate there recently. You ate the one that just opened up right here around the corner, huh? In-N-Out just popped up in Houston, right? It's not. Man, it's nothing is showing up ringing. I'm sitting here, like I have the. Let me reload it, and I don't see any calls or anything coming through. Let me try to reboot it, and you know I will call you, Miss Grace. You know I loved him, Miss Grace voice. Give me 1 second. That is the wrong website entirely. That is absolutely not where the phone business is handled. Southern girls, Shelly, I ain't listening to you either, because you don't believe in doing nothing for a man. You remember we had the polygamy talk. You ain't even want to be a proper polygamist. You just wanted all the benefits without having to do nothing. You trying to make all the other wives do the work. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, Shelly. I'm talking about. I hear you talking, but I don't know. Oh, that's the difference. Okay, well then I guess it is. I guess it is dressing then. When I players fuck up, I will admit when I am incorrect. All right. Let me see what we got going on here. This shit doing that shit again. I don't know, like for some reason, whenever a phone, I guess the phone call isn't properly exited or something, it fucking, it ties up the line. Let me log out and do all that other bullshit again. But but you went to the In-N-Out. What are your thoughts on the In-N-Out? Because I've heard several people tell me that they were extremely disappointed. But see, nah, all the white folks was talking about us niggas for fucking with the Popeye's chicken sandwich, right? But y'all over there at In-N-Out doing the same thing for the more basic ass burgers. I ain't gonna, I'm talk about y'all. Yeah, I said it. Still fucking doing it. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's on the line or anything. If you are, if it has you holding or if it has you on anything, but you may have to hang up and then redial, because for whatever reason it's not doing, because I'm trying to see. It says several contacts, so I'm not. It might still have some old, like the other shit is still on. It still sound like it's busy. Shenanigans and tomfoolery. Let's see. Alright. all of that. I don't know what any of these other buttons are purpose for, but it sounds good, so I'm just gonna click on some shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Say less than average. Hate to hear it. I'm trying, like I said, I don't know why it's finished calling other interface. I might have to, let's try this whole shebang again. All right, close everything out. Let's do this. I may have to close all the windows. I may have to close the chat and everything too, just to see if it'll act right. Give me just a second. Do do doots, do do doots, do 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 do. All right, y'all, give me 1 second. I gotta close everything. I'm gonna have to close the chat out for a second too, Whataburger ain't go out of no damn business. What the hell you talking about? See, Shelly, you just be saying, I don't trust Miss Shelly no more. She just out to, she was trying to slander prepaid brisket just because she eat that old Carolina crap barbecue. You know, and then, so I'm trying to see, because I see one or two other calls that got missed here. Oh man, I have no fucking idea. It's not letting the fucking calls go through. That's annoying as shit. That is annoying as shizzle. So the calls are tripping, and unless it just pop up and start acting right here shortly, we may get ready to dwindle it down. But I'm gonna do my darndest to get it right, but I don't know what I mean. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if anybody was on the call that's still like on the line or something and didn't fully hung up all the way or what. But I really honestly can't tell why it's not. I don't know what's the difference between now and when it kind of did that earlier. But like I said, unless it just seems like it's a call still on the line or something like that. But that's what it's acting like. But I don't think anybody should still be there. So it is very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. So I just tried to dial Miss Grace back and it wouldn't go through. Man. A&W is the same restaurant as Long John Silver's. Word. I ain't had who used to have the little crunchy shit? Was that Long John Silver's or Captain D's? I think it was Captain D's. They used to have a little crunchy batter shit. That's all I want. I ain't even want the fucking food. Just give me the goddamn batter, nigga. Just give me a box of the batter shit, and we call it even. You know, I ain't fuck up my order now. I just want a box of the batter shit. Let me just get that shit. So, yeah, what you mean? You know, see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't put the proper time and love into y'all's food. That's the, you know what I'm saying? That's the problem, Shelly. See, you used to receiving subpar meat. That's what it is. You used to receiving subpar meat, and you know what I'm saying. So that's the problem. And that's the, you know, when you learn how to get the right meat, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You used to that. I know Long John Silver's, but I couldn't remember. They still have those, or did they fucking? That's what I'm saying. One of them hoes closed down. Either Captain D's or Long John Silver's, I think, was closing down. You know, that fucking prepackaged fish scraps. When you was young, you couldn't tell a nigga them hoes ain't go hard. What are you talking about, shit? That's exactly, like I said, you've never had anybody put care into the food, and that's the problem. See, I see what it is, but it's not fucking going through. Like I see folks trying to call in and whatnot, but it's really just not going through. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's saying like there's a call that was still on and they don't. It's just, I mean, the shit is not showing up. Cause I can see it on my phone, but it's still saying that the web phone is busy. So that's what we're gonna do, man. That's like I say. Unfortunately, I know some folks said they had some things they wanted to express, they want to get out, but if the phone line is tripping, ain't too much I can do about that. So, I don't know, man. Is it rude to ask me? No, niggas don't care about that shit. Y'all are only the ones who are sensitive. Women are the sensitive ones. You don't ask me my age. Don't ask me how long I have been living on this planet. It's rude. How is that fucking rude? It's just informative. You got a question? What? I don't get that. I mean, I get it. Society says it's rude, but really, why? Why is that rude? You know, like what? Who started that? Motherfucker, if you look old, somebody asks you how old you are. I mean, I guess it's wouldn't it be more rude to assume an age and be completely incorrect? And then, you know, more than likely, you know, niggas gonna lie. Well, I don't want to be rude and say she looks way older than she is, so I'll say she's, oh, you look like you're about 18. You know, she's 78 years old and shit. So it's just like I don't get that. Some of these things that are policies in society, unwritten rules, shit don't make any sense. But you know, I used to think that see Shelley has explained a lot, and you know, I used to think it was that Snapple, but now I just realized she's been receiving subpar meat. Shelly stay talking shit though. What else do we got? Man, look, I'm telling you now, Wink. Save yourself the time having a conversation with female pimp. You're gonna go nowhere. You'll be worse off for it than when you started. Oh man. I'm trying to think, man. So here's the deal. Like I said, I don't know why the line is tripping. So I'll do my little end of the stream, random rants, and then we'll get ready to wind it down. I'm trying to see what the weather looking like. So I did plan on going running in the morning, even if my fucking legs feel broken again. Okay. This is what we gonna do, man. Because I see Dakota send me a text, and like I say, wish the damn line was working. I don't know why it's tripping. But what we gonna do is 80% rain in the AM. Be out there in the raincoat, swimming, get my black Michael Phelps on. Shit, we're gonna be in that hoe struggling, getting pulled under and shit. Let me see. Let me check my Palm Pilot. If the weather's gonna be bad, we might go another minute or two. But I told you tomorrow we're gonna kind of dive deeper into the black conversations we've been having the last few days. Because there's a lot of things that I want to speak on. There's a text message that I got yesterday, but I'm going to save it for tomorrow because I think it'll be a bit more relevant tomorrow. So like I said, if y'all want to trigger your friends and family, you got coming into town for dinner, Make sure you turn on the den tomorrow at 10. See, this that bullshit. Ain't gonna be no, this shit don't, my shit don't say no. It says 0% chance. God damn it. But then it just said, so we'll see. But it's gonna be cool. And we're gonna run. So, but here's my thing, like I said, before we get ready to slide out. Bulldogs and white. I'm telling y'all, man, look, y'all taking bulldogs as a negative, you know, that as a negative. You know what I'm saying? It's bulldogs are expensive dogs. If you purebred, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all gonna start getting them pound puppies. That's when you start having problems. But here's my shit, man. Y'all some wild people, and I love it. And the reason why I love it is because of the honesty in the conversations. You know, people being who they are, and that is very, very necessary. Now, tonight's conversations were extremely interesting on multiple levels. Like I say, aside from the trill and prepay call, the last couple of calls had I wouldn't say a trend to them, but I guess there was a similarity. And again, I told y'all, if you are in the den and feeling like a minority, use your minority card. Use your minority advantage. The other thing, damn it, just slipped my mind. The other thing, damn, it just slipped my fucking mind. It's something I was thoroughly amused by. Or if you don't want to use your minority advantage in the den, you can always play the Maria card. Right? You can always play the Maria card. You just not listen to anybody and say it's because you're white. So there's that. Outside of that, I don't know. But like I say, I think you're all wonderful people. I fucks with y'all. A den profile. You know what I'm saying? Man, the phone line not working. That's what I say. I was trying to take some calls. I was actually trying to call some people back who were calling, but for some reason it's not going through. That's what I was saying earlier. That's the only reason I'm winding down. But I'd have kept it going for a little bit. But I'm trying to pull it up one more time. Let me see. I don't want to do it because DeMarcus ass and then they get on my damn nerves. But we'll see. Let me see what happens here. Yeah, still doing the same shit. I don't know if something didn't fully hang up all the way or what. But it's still like it's saying something about the fucking web phone is busy. But it's like there's nobody on the line. There's nothing active. Yeah, it's still. I don't know what the fuck it is. I need to figure it out so we can prevent this shit from happening in the fucking future. But yeah, we'll figure it out. But here's my deal, man. Here's my deal. I'd say Broderick looked like Albert Haysworth. Broderick looked like Mike Tomlin. That's what I think. I think he when he got the glasses on, he looking like Mike Tomlin over there. But here's my thing, man. I fucks with y'all. I don't know, y'all wanna. I mean, we gotta come up with something. We gotta come up with something. Me personally, Miss Bell, I wouldn't change the thing. I'd be like, man, fuck. I wouldn't say it on the phone because then people might judge you. But when the stream, I'd be like, man, fuck all them niggas and their opinions. That's exactly how I would say it. No, the old did number ain't gonna work. They finally sent me a message saying they cut it off. So they finally, I was like, damn, y'all waited some time to finally cut that bitch off. And they still said, well, would you like to save the number? You can always get it. I'm like, man, look, fuck y'all. But let me see. Yeah, let me see. Go off. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, go off. Look, Miss Bell done put up with enough shit from y'all to say whatever she want to say. But here's my thing, man. Like I said, I fucks with y'all. You know, the den is a place for people to be able to speak freely. I mean, if society spoke more freely, I think we'd have. I think we'd all be in a better place. But for the most part, people don't want to do that. We all want to be PC. We all want to be, you know. And again, there's legitimate reasons why. There's legitimate reasons why you have to be in this society. You know, it just is what it is. But this is a place for you to be able to come to and let it all out. There's a couple of things that I have to address. Like I said, it's just a few things. Like I say, we have to work on to improve the den, to make the den even better. But this is where you should feel good, you know, about speaking your mind. I would say not being judged, but I'd be lying. 'Cause y'all motherfuckers judgmental like a motherfucker. But it's all love in the end. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's yeah, because you definitely got something. You definitely missed some very interesting conversations, Mr. Trill. So, like I said, it's a lot going on. And like I said, I really want to make sure we improve this and just keep this thing going. I enjoy all the conversations between the people. We do the debates on Tuesday. So just for some random reason, Tuesday is the day. I don't even remember why. Oh, because last week, the first week I think we did on a Tuesday. Then last week, because of whatever timing was, and I knew it wasn't going to be Thursday because of the game, and so we just decided on a Tuesday to make it happen. I don't know, DeMarcus. DeMarcus, you don't run nothing. DeMarcus, your opinion don't, you know what I'm saying? Your opinion don't mean nothing. DeMarcus, thank you. DeMarcus be off a couple of days, actually be on time in the den and shit and thinking he running something now. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm trying to get over this shit. This nigga said every woman should be no man's. Goddamn. Goddamn. That's tough. But yeah, we're gonna auction off DeMarcus Wrench because he, you know, sometimes things get a little nuts. He ain't tightening up the screws around here. You know, he's not a. I don't think he's an efficient moderator. I gotta watch out for him. Then you know he oppressed my partner Kenneth, man. You know, for no reason. Kenneth was just trying to Kenneth was just trying to motherfucking me handle his business. And then, he felt like he was getting attacked, so he was trying to make sure he got his clap back on, and then DeMarcus fucking hated on him, man. How was you, DeMarcus? I see who be timing people out. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, well, here's the deal, man. I'm finna get ready. I'm finna get ready to wind it. But tomorrow, like I said, we're gonna have a very interesting conversation, and we're gonna talk about the. Yeah, oh, wow. We're gonna have an interesting conversation. Like I said, we're gonna discuss. Like I say, we'll change. I won't call it the pro black. It'll be some around the pro black thing, but we'll have a new name. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing with Ken, and y'all got to give it to Ken. And regardless, Ken comes into a hostile environment, right? Ken comes into a hostile environment, and some of the conversation, it can be tough. Right? It can be tough. Well, we just talk black folks this, black folks that, because we don't want you to be a part of the conversation, female pimp. You know, we want you on the outside looking in. You know, kind of like when you be trying to get in the club and they still don't let you in on ladies' night. But you got to give him, like, and again, he was listening to something like because he listed a couple of things that were interesting at his perspectives about, improvements. And I think you got to get past certain things. There's certain differences. And y'all got to understand, this is coming from me, right? This is coming from me, the one that y'all swore was the homophobic, that I hated the gays and all that stuff. You know, y'all swore up and down that's who I was. And so, my thing is, if I can have an open perspective and listen, I think, there's certain things that are being said that are being interesting. But again, there's certain things that I do that y'all be like, I don't know how you listen to people on the phone that long and all the other stuff. So I know everybody's not going to be like me. But he's been saying some things that had some good points, man. I mean, seriously. And so I think that female pimp, you are a gay guy. What are you talking about? So, DeMarque, I'm telling you, DeMarque out there down bad. So all I'm saying is just that, like I said, he had some very good points last night that he was stating, and that I did want to hear it. And so, like I said, we'll go from there. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a wrap. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I'm gonna have some sleep and try this thing again in the morning. I'm not even saying that you necessarily have to be nicer and more compassionate. Treat everybody as you would treat anybody else. But my thing is, if he's going to, you have to give him a fair opportunity, or anybody else a fair opportunity to clap back, whether you like somebody or not. If somebody's going in on somebody, you know what I'm saying, or they feel like, somebody's capping and they want their shot up. People shoot random shots in here all the time, right? And so, just because somebody started firing back and you may not be keen on their life choices or preferences or whatever it may be, you still got to give them a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You got to give them a fair shot. It's only fair. Just suppress them when they start doing anything anybody else is doing. Then I think that's when it's unbalanced and it's unfair. See, well, the problem with you, female pimp, is it's not free speech. It's just you have awful spelling. Your spelling is atrocious, and it just needs to be timed out. And it's not even really a timeout. It's like study time. Whenever you're getting timed out, it's like telling you to go study. Go study whatever it is you just try to spell. Go find a dictionary, and then figure it out. I think the bot is. I think when it reset, the bot didn't follow up, so it might be, but or it might still be on for some reason. It's not showing the chat though, so I don't know. But that's my thing, man. He turned heel. Yeah, I'm telling you, DeMarque, you can't trust him. But that's my whole thing, man. Like I said, if we're gonna be a platform of free speech and Yeah, I mean, look, at least, well, no, yeah, that's like kind of the proving ground. Like, you got to get jumped into the den. It's gonna be harsh when you first get in there, but as you become a regular and people get, like comfortable and used to you, then it's not that big. There's some people just gonna give you a hard time all the time, but you know what I'm saying. But like I said, at least give a person a fair shot to hold their own. You know what I'm saying? Because when they do, stand up certain shit, you just gotta let them make it. But with that being said, man, I mean, it is the den. This is a cruel world we live in. And so I'm not telling y'all to be, super nice to everybody. But when a man's making legitimate points, let him have that opportunity to make those points. But outside of that, man, I'm going to call it a wrap. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. D, good night. Everybody else, y'all have a good night. I just want to say, man, again, it is an honor. It is a privilege. It is a pleasure to get to chop it up with and every one of y'all, every night, every one of y'all except for Female Pimp. You know what I'm saying? And no, nobody got me. The Den has been a platform for free speech since day one. So it doesn't matter if you have a different race, economic standing, education level, sex, sexual orientation, or any of those things. I'm going to give you a fair shot. I'm going to give everybody a fair shot. I'm not going to treat anybody any differently. Leave the chat open. Man, no, trust me. No. Because I'll say it plenty of times. But see, this is the thing, though. It's not about being in an echo chamber. Because it's easy to always hold your same stance and your same views whenever you're in that echo chamber. That's all you listen to. But when you give people a free opportunity and you allow people to speak their thoughts, and if you still maintain the way you feel, then that's a little bit different. So I feel like everybody has a platform. Shelly, one, you don't ever call in anyway. Shelly, when do you don't ever try to call in? You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna argue with you. But again, we'll be talking about some Black History tomorrow night. I'm going to bed. You know what I'm saying? But see, Twitter, like I said, Twitter's my thing. I got arthritis. My arthritis be acting up. I'm not sitting here with this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm trying to tweet on a fucking phone. I'm trying to use this thumb. That shit is too much. But yeah, I'm finna slide out of here, man. I appreciate y'all chunking up to do. I know Twitter is cool. I like to fuck with Twitter. I just can't. It's just I don't respond a whole lot because I know if I'm finna get in an argument, I'm gonna give you like 2 responses and that's all I got. I'm not finna fucking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna go hard on Twitter too long, man. That's where all the good shit is, but I'm not finna waste too much. Yeah, you was over there trying to get some of that pastor loving. Word? That's funny that it actually said it, even though it was edited out. That's fucking funny. The sound didn't go off because I ain't had a thing on. My bad. I apologize for that, DeMarkey, but it actually said the whole thing without. But see, Shelly, you only call on that freaky shit. See, I already know what type of person you is. Now you got beef with Angela. Let me see. Oh, okay. All right. But with that being said, man, look, I'm sliding out. Y'all check out some of the old calls. You missed some of the old calls. I'm going to bed for real. I'm done. I appreciate y'all, man. Tomorrow, I'll be on time tomorrow. I'll definitely be on time tomorrow. Actually at 10 instead of 10:30. But look, y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the fuck up out of here because I'm out.